Okay, let's see here.
If I ever decide to play Joseph Ripken again, I'll probably make him a Skald if I'm playing Pathfinder, though.
Hmm.
Skalds are
Alrighty.
made of wind.
So, everyone is currently in Lindahl's magnificent mansion, which his entrance is currently apparated in his underground lab somewhere. It's not so much underground, actually, as it is sealed off deep underground.
It's somewhere, or definitely somewhere.
Welcome to my underground lair.
Hi, Batman.
It's Dr. Evil, but okay.
I mean,
I don't know
layer
you're
in
evil yet.
the purely geological sense, of course. We're in a thin substrate layer in between the bedrock.
Wait, this guy calls the place he lives a lair? That's bringing some alarm bells.
Nevertheless, you lot returned here to get some sleep, as Lindahl is the only one who is properly rested, and even he is, well, he's a little fresh.
Let's at least adventure like we pretend to know what we're doing.
Yeah, I probably would have to stay up a little longer.
Speaking of which, I suppose one priority that Lindahl might like before he tries to sleep is he's got some horrible damage to his constitution to get rid of, and some negative levels.
We cast Greater Restoration on me last time, remember?
Okay.
That should
Yeah,
heal all of that.
we went and got it from...
Remember there was a whole thing where they got the 5,000 gold piece worth of diamond dust?
Yes, yes. Oh, I remember the getting dust. I just couldn't remember whether or not you guys had it cast yet.
Yeah, they
Yeah, we
cast
had.
it.
Did it pretty much as soon as we met the guy after we found the guy he killed.
Better.
I guess I'd stay up a bit and do research.
Research on?
Just general research in my lab. Actually, I'd like to go back. I'd like to go back to the fragments I stole, and see if I can determine whether I already determined that they could only have been brought here with magic. I sort of want to try to figure out what this guy's class is, so I want to see if I can tell if it's divine or arcane magic that transported them in.
Give me just a second here.
I want to know if he can clone himself or not, pretty much.
There are no lingering magical auras on them.
Well,
Your previous determinations were based on the nature of the creature, knowing that it
okay.
could not perform any planar travel of its own.
Okay, guess I'll just root around in this chest made of someone's brain then.
Uh-huh. Perfectly
Uh,
normal.
So now I'll call everybody to the kitchen. We'll discuss battle plans.
After they sleep. I remember, right?
If you wake
Yeah.
her up right now, she'll fucking try to murder you.
I'm gonna go wake her up. I'm gonna do it.
Shinalar, you've been laying on the bed for maybe 5 minutes when there is a knock.
I was joking, but okay.
Okay. I'll totally do it is the opposite of I'm joking.
I'll totally do it.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna trade it.
An indeterminate amount of time passes. But eventually, you two who were you three who were tired to exhausted wake and eventually find yourselves downstairs. Is that correct? There we go.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to rest again before we can do anything, so that's another day we're going to be out. And I couldn't rightly rest then because I just rested like an hour before that.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Those are spell slots he definitely leaves empty, so put in 7. Right, that's the slot he'd have used for restoration. Feel free to discuss and such. I'm just preparing Fulton's spells.
We're still casting from loot and inventory, right?
The token's in your mansion at the moment, actually.
Okay.
So, are we time skipping to when we're all awake so we can plan proper?
Yes, that is why you all got your rest and eventually found yourselves at various times back downstairs in the magnificent mansion.
Okay,
So
as we share
we're all in
over
the
a
kitchen
meal,
reading.
I suppose we have to come up with a plan to do this. I guess you'd call it a plan, but I'm willing to hear others first.
Well, I have determined through my own actions that a frontal assault on the mansion probably would be fruitless.
And draw a lot of attention and be stupid anyway.
So, here are my 2 plans. Tell me which of them you guys like. Firstly, we wait until a noble gathering that Havelock Heart will have to attend. I transform Garazin into a beautiful dwarven maiden. He seduces
plan.
Havelock Heart,
Second plan.
and
Oh,
then
I
when
like
he
this
gets him
plan.
alone,
Second plan.
the rest of us jump him.
Second plan. Even if I had no problem transforming into a dwarven maiden, which I have problems with, but let's pretend I don't. What possible thing would he have to go to? And if there was one he had to theoretically go to, he has just been effectively attacked by a random fucking wizard he knows nothing about. Yeah, he killed you, but he has no guarantee you don't have backups. You're a wizard. It's it goes with the territory, especially at your level of, wizardness. You'd think the guy would, hole up in a safe house for a good month after that. You have to be pretty cocky not to. And even if he was cocky, there's not a good chance he'd immediately be like, well, I've killed the wizard, I'm just going to walk over to a nearest party and get my hoe down. Yeah, no, second plan, please.
We throw him a birthday party and transform Garazin into a cake.
No.
Now, the second plan is, okay, I am quite adept in the art of document forging. I forge official documents from the Baron, requesting that he meet at a specific place at a specific time, not underlings, but him, to discuss last year's tax revenue, because I believe he has cheated me. When he shows up, we jump him.
That's Decent. Illegal as all get out, but decent.
Wouldn't it raise suspicion for him to meet him at a location that we could actually ambush him?
There is that. I mean, no matter how good the forgery is, even if he believes that the person like he cheated this person or whatever, why would he go where the person he just cheated, is? Like, that's just saying, hey, come here, I want to stab you because you cheated me, you asshole.
If he wants to live in the city, he has to do what the Baron tells him.
I don't know how human city works. No, in dwarven cities that's true, but humans tend to do their own thing, I notice. The king can say, I outlaw peaches, and absolutely no one gives a damn. There will be peaches. Dwarf says, I outlaw peaches. You're not going to find a peach.
Lindal eats a peach.
Poetic. I've got a plan that is both not illegal and more safe, I guess. Nothing's wrong with your plans. It's just... Well, the first one sucks, but the second one is just illegal and a little bit risky. I've got something of an idea as well.
Well, we could turn Faulted into a beautiful dwarven maiden. I have a feeling
Why does
he
it have to
won't
be a
object.
dwarven maiden? Is the fellow a dwarf?
Yes.
Well, no, I mean, I know the guy we're looking for is a dwarf, but, like, the contact you have with him, isn't he a feller? Just a human?
No, the man who tortured me was a dwarf.
No, I didn't respond. Fair enough. He never told us that.
He attempts to hide it, but you can't take the dwarven accent out of the person no matter how much they try.
Alright. Fulton actually brings up a point. How do we keep the locals off us if we manage to nab our quarry? I was just thinking we nab him and just book it for it, because, screw the noise, but...
We grab him and we run. That's what Greater Teleport is for.
Well, they'll always plan to come back here anyway. I mean, we have proof from the society that, who has definitely done some shit, and at the very least, he's just piled the dwarven graveyard so fucking twice.
We're on official business for the Ministry of Adventuring. They can deal with the fallout.
Pretty much. Pass the buck.
And after the ruckus we've caused here, I wouldn't mind just leaving.
Yeah, not being here would be fun. Not exactly the best town in the world either. So, putting that aside, we have
fragile old men.
We have an exit strategy. You can still cast. You lost everything as far as I'm aware, Lindal. So you have Greater Teleport ready to go, right?
I do. I have a backup spell book outside. Yes.
All right, good. So as long as we have that, we have an exit strategy effectively. So, and I can if I can get my sights on him and I know it's him, I got him. Like, I'll take him on like 2 shots. I got a special bullet and everything. I've got him. Plus the manacles, so it might take a second to get those on. Kind of going to rely on Fulton just to hold him for that. Anyway.
Try not to kill him.
No. The bullet, it's not going to do a lot of hurt. It's just going to make you not move. He's not going anywhere when this thing hits him, trust me. Specifically got it for that. Won't kill, but it will keep him out of fighting, running, everything for at least 20 seconds, give or take.
Oh yeah, I have Greater Dispel prepared. Did you want your Eidolon back to normal?
Let's wait.
It's a pretty good spy as it is right now.
It's been extremely useful like this.
Yeah, it's been able to basically keep track of everyone, spy on things, keep her informed. I don't know why it was ever big in the first place.
Well, I couldn't actually make it smaller.
Why would you ever want it to be any bigger?
That's why I had a B.
Anyway, we get distracted. My idea was actually kind of simple. We don't know, like, he is gonna most likely be holed up, but he's not gonna just up and abandon everything he has, like, in the second of. He's at least aware you exist, not aware of us, and fairly certain you're probably still dead. If you're not still dead, you're probably helpless because he knows you have all your stuff. Like, he knows that. Even if you had a backup spellbook, he has the rest of your stuff. He knows that, so he thinks you're, like, on the defensive at the very least. He's not expecting, like, offense this quick. He's expecting vengeance because he's not stupid, I hope.
No, he used to speak with dead on me. He's going to be fairly certain I'm dead. But he did. The one bit of information I did let slip is I do have allies, so he's probably stealing himself for some defense.
Oh, damn it. I was hoping he wasn't ready for that.
We'll need to find some way to draw him out.
Well, there's two options then, I think. One is go to where he was and effectively piggyback our tiny Eldion friend into one of his guards and see where they wind up, because they're not going to notice that thing 90% of the time. And if they do, I think it can, to be honest, I think her Eldion can take it, and if it can't,
Oh,
no
I
loss.
got an... Oh. You have something. When one of his guards was injured, he was teleported away to wherever he is. If we could put the Eidolon on one of his guards...
Exactly, that's what I was thinking.
And have him teleport there. And have him teleport to where that is. Shelinar could use the transposition ability and get herself there. She would then... if I have scrying on her, I would then have complete knowledge of her location and be able to teleport the rest of us.
Exactly, that is exactly my plan in a nutshell. Of course, the issue is he going to be where the guards go, and is anything else in that room? You know, like, there's issues with it, but it's basically a stream of doom. Like, 1 second there's a guard, next second there's a person, next second there's 4 people, and then you're ruined.
Plus, the Eidolon is completely expendable.
Well, I wouldn't call it that, but it's less likely to be inconvenienced to my pain. Let's go with that.
It's a summoned monster. It's expendable.
I don't. Yes. I don't know if I should put her in it. I thought it was a familiar. Point being. So
Are
that
you
idea
sure you
works.
remained within the city?
The issue with the idea is primarily it puts the Aldeon at risk, which isn't a big.
Fulton was reasonably sure that Lyndall was still within the city limits, yes, while he still had the working status on him.
Well, then it wouldn't go outside of her range.
I wouldn't ask you to do it if it was like in the mountains.
But first, who has
We'll probably get you to the center of the city is actually probably the smartest thing before we do that, to get she in the exact center of the city, so no matter which direction, she has a pretty good reach. Yeah, what?
Okay, but first, who has discern location?
I do.
This may all be unnecessary, because if we can discern the location of one of my missing items, we can teleport to it right now the second I wake up and assault the place.
But there's a fairly good chance he's going to have it safeguarded. I'm not saying don't try it if he's that dumb, but
it's worth a shot, and
okay.
you can't mind blank an object, so unless it's been destroyed or is in an anti-magic field,
Guy, that's fairly intelligent, but we've got no idea where we're going to wind up. We could have no ability to scout out the place beforehand. I mean,
we'll
my
know
idea
exactly
is have you
where
scouting
it is.
out through here.
That's what discern location does.
Yes. Where it is. Okay, well...
But since he was smart enough to mind blank you, he might be smart enough to put them in a location that is also a trap.
Exactly. You know, I like
but
discern location. What we can do is we can discern where it is in the city, and then we just walk to it, is what he's saying.
Well, you would only be able to walk to it. All discern location gives is the precise name of the location.
Alright, we can work with that. Because then we can just head there, see if the place is a trap, what's going on, and if nothing else, get his item back. I mean, it might set off an alarm, but if he's bothering to trap the shit.
Yeah, and what we can just look for is his spell book. So.
In modern terms, discern location gives you the street address. So.
Alright. Yeah, so you can use that. Find your spellbook first, because if anything, that is the one thing he's going to want on his person.
Yeah,
it's like the one thing I can think of that you own that he's going to want, no matter, even if he's not a caster. Like,
Well,
I got that for you. That's
he's
the one thing I carry.
Yeah, he'll either want it for himself or he'll have sold it. Either way, I need that back. That's the one
Alright,
item
and
I
I
care
doubt
about
he's
getting
gonna
back
want
the
to
most.
sell it.
Then that
You
should
can't
absolutely be our
just sell
priority.
a wizard's spell book. That shit gets tracked down. He'd have to sell it to someone who's really stupid, and stupid folk tend to not have a lot of money. I say.
Yeah, the good thing is that discern location can only be stopped by mind blank.
And you can't mind blank an object, so we should be able to get your book, no problem. The only issue is
mind blank can only be used on creatures, so the only way discern location wouldn't work is if he had destroyed my spell book or put it in an anti-magic field.
So the biggest danger we have right now is either put it in an actual safe place, an anti-magic field, for reasons unknown to us, which is possible, just a little unlikely.
Yeah, I think you'd be expecting somebody to discern location on it.
Second, our bigger danger is he might have given it to a lackey of some kind to deliberately, like, draw you out, because he knows you're gunning for that. Like, if you're alive at all, anywhere, you're gunning for it. Yes, so he might have put on a lackey.
Well, at least we have someone to kill and get XP from.
So he's gonna have it trapped. Let's see. So the goal is essentially get your shit back and capture this fellow who we think is you-know-who, or you think he is. So, there's no way we can draw him out. Like, there's nothing we could do. It was
Havelockhart's mansion, and they were referring to him as the master, so...
Fair enough. It's just... We don't have a lot of evidence, number one. We're going to take him alive no matter how you fiddle it. The question is, if we take him alive... we're going to take him alive, probably bring him here, ask him some questions, figure out if he is you-know-who. But I'm mostly worried about, like... There's no real way for us to draw him out, and if we don't... there's nothing to say he won't just scamper for it, you know? Like, if we flub up, or he's just not there, and, you know, it's a bodyguard or something that has the book. And...
Yes, but but he could always have more of my objects.
He could on his person, so he could theoretically use them to track him constantly, unless he sheds them, like, just starts hurling them aside.
And then I get to find my objects, so yay.
Yay for you, but then we lose our quarry. Put simply, this is hard, but I think our safest bet is to find your spell book, and maybe also find one other object you personally would be interested in, something you could use to scry you, maybe? Like, you know, hair or something? Like I said, he could be trying to scry us right now. In fact, he could be scrying us right now, so I'm fucking make sure he's not. I start looking around.
He doesn't know. There's no way he knows I'm alive. He wouldn't be trying to.
I suppose.
And he doesn't know the names of any of them. He doesn't know the names of any of the people I'm working with.
He has plenty of your hair.
Not after what he did to my body, he doesn't.
Could have taken a walk before he did whatever it was to your body. Regardless, best plan, scry for your book and scry for one other object we think he would most definitely either have on his person or have nearby.
Okay,
go for your book first, and then immediately go for the other object if it'll at least find out where both are. If they're in different places, he's done something. If they're not, he has them both.
Let's see. I'm trying to think.
Regardless, we should do this in steps. Since he could move the location after we cast the spell, we will need to be prepared to move immediately.
The safest thing on that measure, well, we're going to be together, no matter how you slice it, but we can be together discreetly, like just in a bar hanging out, and then we just all go in the back room at once or some nonsense, I don't know.
Well, we'll worry about that when we find out when the object is, where the object is. We're going to need to be able to teleport to it immediately.
So not to it, more like outside it, but that would give away too much. It's actually might be safer for us to tell where it is than just have someone who can move really fast to it, basically watch the place, and if anyone immediately starts running for it, we know he's done something to where they can detect if we do that. You know? And if that one starts running for it, if we have some way to detect if they're doing like sending or something, but that actually takes 10 minutes, so we have at least 10 minutes, assuming he has sendings prepared, even like a wand or something, to get there, essentially.
Actually,
or he's going to send a runner.
If he also prepares greater teleport, we have about 6 seconds to nab him.
Well, there's no. If he prepares greater teleport to just poof in, grab the thing, poof out. I mean, is there any way we can track that? I'm not a magic user. Or stop it, maybe?
With some
if you
detection,
did
I
that,
could find the general area he teleported to in the world, but that's not really useful.
if you use discern location, is that like a constant thing, or you just do it real quick? Like you just, oh, it's over there. Or do you
They'll
like
tell me the
constantly know it's over
location.
here?
Duration instantaneous.
Alright, prepare a lot of those, because what we can do is you do it, so you know it's there, we go there as fast as we're able, might teleport most of the way, might not, like we need to at least look over the place where we jump in.
Well, if I'm the only one
And
who
then we
can
do it again
I
when we're
can't
right outside,
prepare
and if
it.
it's moved, we know he's grabbed it.
I mean,
She's
I've
a
got
spontaneous caster.
Yeah, I cast it. I have 3 spells. That is it on 6th level.
Ah, so 3 shots.
Yeah.
That's enough, actually. We can work with that, because like I said, what we do,
Well,
we
it might
cast
not
it.
work the first time, so
Fair
I'm
enough.
going to take my leave. I need to rest and prepare spells.
Go ahead. I'm just going to keep meandering with me thoughts.
I'm going to rest back. I'm going to rest out in my lair. I'll be back in 8 hours.
Fair. And didn't we all just go to sleep for like 6 to 8 hours? What the heck
He
were you
had
doing?
only slept a couple hours before.
What was he doing for the 6 or 8 hours we were asleep?
Research in my evil lab. Not that I'm
You
going to
spend
put it
way
like that
too
to
much
your
time
character.
doing that. So why you call it an evil lab?
Stop
I'm
it, you'll
trying to
go
find
blind, I tell you.
I'm still trying to find the secrets of time travel if I can't get my hand on the staff.
I already know the secret.
Whiskey?
You stand in one spot and you wait. You're in the
Now
future.
you lay down in one bed. You lay down in one spot, and then somehow you end up 8 hours in the future.
I still don't know how you do it, but there it is.
You know,
I know
there
how
was
you do it. I just don't know how it works.
sort of off topic. There was a sketch comedy show where they actually did a thing where the scientist called a whole bunch of the press over to discuss the new time travel machine he created, and then when he pulls back the curtain, it's a bed.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing, I asked me how to go to the past. You want to know how to go to the past? You open a book. An old book. Written by someone older than you. And it tells you about the past. Bam.
Anyway, I would need to rest
My
and prepare.
mind. It's blown.
We will begin with our plans when I awaken.
Yeah, I turned to me, just as a reference on your part. You said you only got 3, so you could discern where his book is, discern where a different item is, and then when we get to where we think the book is, and, you know, it might take us a second to get there, but before, like, we make sure the place isn't, like, obviously trapped, I suppose you'd call it, and before we just leap in boot first, you can discern one more time to see if it's still in there, or if he's jumped in and teleported it away somewhere. That would tell us, A, he can react quickly to a teleport or something else. B, he has some sort of really fast way of knowing when we've taken his shit or are going to take his shit. And C, he can fucking teleport.
I
So
could.
far, we don't know jack shit.
That would leave us without the ability to find it
Discern
afterward.
locations, but we do know where one other object is, and there's no guarantee he's already grabbed that one too. But then, yeah, we'd be able to discern locations, but at that point, what else are we going to do? I mean, had we used one discern location, we run in, do through the trap or the minions or whatever he has, we get to the end and nothing. Then we discern again, oh, it's over there now. Then you do the same thing till he's either out of safe houses or you're out of test spells, or we're dead, depending on which one happens first. That or the guard catch up, because we're going to make noise. Like, even if I silence my gun, we're making noise. Like, a lot of noise. Killing ain't quiet. Well, it can be, but not for us.
Is your goal to spend time in each of the keep's prisons before the end of this?
No, I'm saying I'm trying to avoid that. I can get more, but I'm down to 1 silence oil, because I didn't think we'd be playing hopscotch with wizards. God damn wizards. Anyway, point being, I ain't magic. I just know that if he can just teleport, and like, if he knows that we've discerned the location of his objects and just teleports them away every time we do, we need a new plan anyway. Because then he's just going to teleport the objects away every time we do.
Oh, you can't tell somebody's discerned location.
Gee, still saying. I mean, there's no way, if there's no way he can tell and no way he can react to it, our safest bet is to use it, go there immediately, case the place as swiftly as we can, jump in, grab your thing, and either run, or if he's there, kick his arse. And
Does
hopefully
magic
prevent him from teleporting somehow. I don't have any bullets to do that. I thought you guys had that under control. Your magic. There are bullets that do that, I just didn't think to get one. I assumed he was a proper dwarf. It seems I was wrong. I mean, technically speaking, my special bullet would stop him from doing anything, but that's a stretch.
We still have someone else who casts haste, right?
Oh yeah, she's got that on her spell list.
Okay. I just don't need to prepare it if someone else is going to. I keep it on me just in case, but yeah. Get a couple flies, I guess.
On the plus side, she also has Dimensional Anchor on her list.
Yeah, I have to prepare everything all in one go now, and my low-level spells are sort of lacking.
Go. Prepared Archon's trumpet for his empty level 7. Those could be useful.
What's it do?
All creatures fail their fort save in a 30-foot cone are paralyzed for D4 rounds.
Ooh, that could be useful.
Does it sound like a big band playing while it's activating?
It is a mighty report of trumpets, so could be.
Probably more like a marching band at that point then.
So we disguise ourselves as a marching band now? Well, I mean, it's not the craziest thing this group is going to end up doing. I just, I want to know when we hit the new crazy threshold every time.
Okay, I disguise myself as a salesman.
No, we've been there before.
Sell those fine leather jackets.
Made of real dragon skin.
What?
Skin,
All
not scale.
natural?
Stop complaining.
How would you like some all-natural snake oil?
What could I do
It's
with
funny,
this
in the D&D
all-natural
universe,
snake
that stuff's
oil?
useful. In the D&D universe, that shit is useful. This raw snake oil, useful. Wizards probably use it all the damn time.
It's cheaper than whale oil, but much harder to get.
Mm. Wait, why is it cheaper then? Anyway. So I guess our plan is
There's a
location.
cartel that controls whale oil distribution. It's all rigged.
That'd explain it.
Just like diamonds.
Well, a whale is a colossal creature with shit all for AC. You could just take a spear and go at it for the next 8 hours.
Yeah, if you can tempt it to get to the surface.
Well, it'll be at the surface. Like they gotta breathe at some point. Just sort of hang out and wait. And then when he gets up there, plug its blowhole so it can't breathe. Haha, victory. Plug it with your spear. Right. So we guess we have a plan. Discernation, either teleport or walk there, depending on how much, subtlety we can get away with, and try and not draw the city guard when we kick the door down. I mean, out of all of us, the one least likely to gain attention when knocking on the door is she. I know it sounds lame, but there it is. So I knock the door. Oh. I guess if I don't have any guns visible on me, I suppose I'm the least likely for them to panic over. Maybe. Fulton will like, oh shit, the guard. Lindhall, oh shit, Lindhall. And
Who's this strange
she's
wizard wearing? Actually, do you have a spare set of those of that metal visor and whatnot?
I have a spare mask. It's just not magical like my old one.
Right. Who is this fruit in a wizard's robe?
And then we got she who just bound up like a burn victim, so which, no offense. I ain't gonna assume why. I'm assuming you have some sort of horrible scarring. Anyway,
Prefer not to speak of it, thank you.
Alright, so I guess if we're gonna case the joint, our best bet is to magically and physically look at it, and then pick a non-obvious entrance and either sneak in, or at least similar. Oh, right, the Odeon, of course, we're dumb. Yeah, we can just find a window that's happened to be open, or even a window is open, open it, and the Odeon goes, cases the joint, we know whether or not to head in and kill everything. Or not kill everything, depending.
Would be the
Why did I
best
think of
plan.
that?
You notice that Fulton is wincing and scowling every time you say, go in and kill everything.
Apologize, Fountain. I don't mean it like that. I'm used to goblins and the sort, let's call them. I'm not used to inner town things.
You mean
I didn't-
innocence?
I mean innocence. I'm not. I meant more in the sense of politics and having to be settled and all this. I use a gun for goodness sake. I fought in a war. Do you really think they trained me to be quiet and not kill the guys? It wasn't exactly high on the list of priorities at the time. And even when I was adventuring for a while, like more or less alone, I wasn't exactly going into cities rooting out like criminal organizations.
Granted,
It wasn't on the
granted.
list. It ain't instinctual for me to be all, oh, I gotta load up the salt now.
Just try to keep your excitement in your beard.
Funny. You're funny. When did you get funny?
Oh no, my
Right,
voice
so
changed
that's-
suddenly, and suddenly I was sane.
Well, so the plan is actually surprisingly to the point. We discern where his spellbook is, get ourselves over there through either teleportation or, depending on closeness, walk, and then send your Eldion in once we figure out a decently not obvious entrance that we can open without, like, explosions.
Love how your pronunciation of Eidolon changes every single paragraph.
Well, I don't know how to pronounce it correctly,
Right,
so I'll pronounce it the hell I want.
The actual
Eidolon.
pronunciation.
So the E is silent now.
The actual pronunciation is Eidolon, but I don't like that.
Yeah.
Dolan,
Yeah, that
Eidolon,
It's like how
Hair, flying snake creature with arms. There.
Just like how
Can
I
I call
can't-
it by its name?
just like how I can't stand to pronounce it, Evangelion.
Hmm.
if you want to try to pronounce it by name,
There we
Does
go.
it have a name I can shorten to basically a 3-letter word?
it's Alakarok.
A lock it is.
Yeah.
I totally think my double reach dazing fleshworm infestation will come in handy.
It's better than nothing. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I asked, it wasn't like I was screwing with you either. I said, does it have a name? And you're like, you're not going to be able to pronounce it. So I said, does it have a name I can shorten to a roughly 3-syllable word? Or, sorry, a 3-letter word. And there it is. A lock. Done. So, a lock can be sent in. A lock. That's actually kind of a weird... Anyway. Was it guarding something at some point? Har, har, har. So, we send in a lock through an open door. God, that's going to sound stupid every time I say that. Anyway, we
Or
send
a
a
lock
lock.
of a spy. We did not know where we were going.
Lol. We send a lock in through an open, roughly discreet area like a window. He cases the joint quick because he can, and it's small. It is a male, right? Or, I'm assuming
Yes,
they have
yes,
genders.
Alakarok is male.
You'll have me call him Rocky. I like the sound of that. Anyway.
Hmm.
And I can pronounce a Rock. I ain't the problem. It's just, it's shorter. Anyway, because you guys either call me Bombard or Gore, maybe Gorzen if you're being serious. Anyway.
Prefer we just call you
Send him
Bomb
in.
then.
He cases the joint. If he finds what we're looking for, or we finds the guy, we go in and blow things up. If he does not, I don't know what to do if we don't find it. I mean, discern location will work, right? They can't screw with that. I ain't wrong. Like, discern location will just work. He can't, like, short the anti-magic field thing. Like, we'll know if it doesn't work immediately instead of, like, when we get there, he's fooled us. Haha.
No, you can't misdirect it.
No, it will just fail or succeed.
Okay,
it is
good.
the most powerful object locating spell. Lesser ones, yes. That one, no. You can block it or not. That's it.
Okay, that's comforting to know. So, then that should be simple. Then we'll either know if it's there or not. If we know it's there, we send in Locke, and if Locke finds it, here we go. If Locke fails to find it, or the place is so heavily guarded and insane that I'd rather just eat my own gun, we'll come up with a new plan. Might include blowing up the house.
I might want to prepare another greater teleport then, just a sec.
Yeah, I might want to get a bunch of those.
Yeah, we're gonna need
I
them.
only have 3 right now.
Go for like 4 or 5, maybe.
Yeah, I guess I can go one day without the mansion. Remember, I also need 1 to get back here at the end of the day.
Well, I can also supplement some of it. I have 4 of them if I use all my 5th level spells.
Okay, so what we can do is you'll have like 4 prepared. Lindhall for like general use, and in emergencies, we'll use Shees.
Actually, I need to keep 1 of mine because I don't want to discern the location of this place.
Fair enough. So when you get down to 1 left, we'll then turn to She. Alright? Acceptable?
Okay. Fair enough. I will prepare 4 then.
I mean, I get why you want this place to be a secret, and everyone's gonna have a secret castle. Can't have the dwarf looking through his stuff with his alchemy knowledge. No. His practical knowledge means nothing to a wizard.
When you're done poking fun at the untold evil who happens to have you in his control.
With no spell book, and I got a gun within like 5 feet of the good. I'm good.
I have tons and tons of fleshworm infestations prepared.
I don't need them to
Jesus
shoot.
H.
He can also just kick you out of the mansion at whim.
Yeah, there is that.
Of course,
I
I
know
kick
that.
him out of my lair, so...
I
Yeah,
don't
but he
know
can't
any of
get
that.
out, right? So it's kind of like a
I
cell.
assume there's a way to walk out of his lair. He had to walk in.
No.
What, it's just
It's-
a cave underground you found with magic? With no entrances or exits. It's just like a golem cave with no tunnels.
Presumably I used magic to carve it out in the first place. It's deep
And you teleported to solid rock to do so. Like, there has to be a tunnel to get here, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I
Actually, you could just walk around with a couple healing potions, and just keep on trying to dimension door deep underground until eventually the nearest location that you get displaced to is a small natural cave.
Assuming it's not full of water or full of
It is
monsters.
probably the most painful way, though, of exploring for caves.
I mean, can't you just use
And
like
most
some
dangerous.
spell
That
to
is
turn
like-
to ethereal?
something Lyndall would do.
And he'd probably be dead then, because he'd either find water and drown, and even assuming he didn't drown, he'd at least
I
like
have water
get
breathing in my
wet.
Water breathing in the spellbook.
The stuff that lives in water is like it could be like a raging. It wouldn't be like just calm water, but like it's not like it's not be a
And
raging
dimension-
torrent and just boom. You're going that way,
Also-
son.
Also, Dimension Door says it shifts you to a safe place.
Yeah, so you won't be able to go down there anyway. So you just do that until you've ended up in a cave, and you just hope it's an appropriately sized one when you get it. And if it's not, then you dig it out.
without some untold evil in the darkness.
Yeah, that. Or it's, you
Just
stumble on
tame
a
it.
goblin cave, which is relatively safe, except for the goblins. Or worse.
Yeah, Dimension Door
Oh,
says
you're in the
you're-
Underdark. The Drow, look at you, funny.
The Dimension Door specifically says you arrive in an open space, so you're not going to arrive underwater or in magma or something.
That's a plus.
You could
And the
arrive
plus
above
is,
magma.
Hmm.
technically, yes, you could, or
That's
you
what
could just.
Endurelements is for.
Well, that'll
That's,
keep you safe next
that's
to the
2 or
magma.
3 orders of magnitude too little protection there.
That'll keep you safe
It'll keep
near
you
magma.
safe long. It'll keep you safe long enough to cast another dimension door, or to use shift as an immediate action.
Hmm.
Yes, this is true.
Sorry,
Unless
this
the
is
whole
factual.
universe is magma, because you
Enough about
teleported to the plane of fire.
telespelunking.
But yeah, anyway. Telespelunking, I like it.
Anyway, we have a plan. I think we're set to go. If you have any preparations or things you need to get before we go and do it, now's your chance. If at some point, like assuming I don't make mistakes, I won't have to bother with it, but I might have to start like looking to get more oils of silence and other bullets because this is taking longer than expected.
You could just this is something that's completely OP, but you could just get an amulet or something that can cast silence on you so that your gun doesn't make any noise ever.
Well, then I can't be heard ever.
Win-win.
Yes, I'm sure you want to shut me up, but that's not a plus for me.
Get an amulet you can turn on and off with a command thought.
And if I get mugged by something and you can't, like, well, it's a thought, isn't it? Well, even then, though, I could get mugged by something, and you guys would never know theoretically. And it's a thought. I'll think on it, but not something I'm probably going to invest in. Maybe, but
Regardless, how much time do we need before we're ready to act? I could discern location now if we were going to rest long enough for me to refresh my spells.
you might as well refresh your spell. Like, you guys ready to go? I'm ready to go at any point, but I know the rest of you need
I just needed to rest. I needed to wait for you guys to wake up, so I would be awake enough in order to. So I would be awake long enough in order to legitimately sleep, and then I had to sleep. So that's gonna be 8 hours before I wake up and actually prepare. So.
Right, but then we'll be offset enough, so yeah, I'll just wait.
And then we can start sleeping at the same time after this. Hopefully I can get my crap back so I can get my robe of sustenance.
Pesky habit of eating.
I got used to not having to eat. I'm pissed off now.
Eating's fun. What are you kidding? It's delicious. Food's good. It's satisfying.
It's a waste of time.
So
waste of
is
time.
90% of the things you do. Like, you do a lot of things that are a waste of time. For example, time travel. I can already do it. Why do you keep insisting on it?
I've never actually brought that up to your character.
You did, recently. You said I could be researching time
I
travel
wasn't saying
around
that in character.
Damn it, I
Yeah.
can't tell it apart, damn you.
I wasn't saying that in character. I said that. Anyway.
Sounded like it was in character, but alright.
My character has never given anybody any of his motives.
Well, then I just say there's plenty of things you could be doing that's a waste of time. And this is no different. And I enjoy my pancakes.
I will return in about 8.5 hours.
Alright, fair enough.
I go out, I sleep. When I wake up, I use my ring of undetectable alignment and prepare my spells.
Fulton is leaning over you when you wake up, giving you a very strange look.
That's why he slept away from the others.
I know, I'm joking.
During that
Yeah,
time, she'll summon her Eidolon at some point. Maybe let it eat some food.
I don't really have anything to do. I just make sure all my stuff is in order.
Don't clean your guns, then Bed will attack us again.
Yeah, no, I'm never doing that again. I got a special shirt to just do it for me now. I just go, shirt, clean everything. Poof, I'm clean. Clean the guns. Bam, done.
Someday I'm going to unleash my animated table on the world.
And that table will destroy everything.
You know, that's something I might actually spend money on, is giving my table the magic detecting abilities so I can do research when I'm gone.
Well, Master, whatever it was you put on my left rear flank, That's definitely a mundane ring, but that sword that you accidentally put a couple notches in me when you put it down over on the other side. Yep, that's definitely a +2.
None of you know math worth a damn.
Okay, so I wake up and come back in as long as nothing eventful happens, which it shouldn't in my underground lair.
I blew up one of your
Checking.
rooms. Oops.
That's when the tunnel unexpectedly collapses from an earthquake.
Well, this is a problem. Yeah, I
Oh
got
damn! I forgot to disarm the alarm when I teleported in.
Well, it's gonna be about 80 golems out there ready to punch us to death, so, you know, just don't exit the mansion ever. Why do you have 80 golems guarding your mansion of magic? Well, what's the biggest danger to wizards? Other wizards! And fuck other wizards.
I should turn myself into an adamantine golem.
You probably should. Turn me into one, for fuck's sake. Turn me into one, give me my gun, and you have the ultimate fucking monster right there. I will rip through everything that moves.
Yeah, I could turn you into an adamantine golem. The problem is that an adamantine golem doesn't have fists that are articulated enough to use a gun. If you used a sword or something, it would work. But
It can't pull a trigger?
it doesn't have. It's got giant fists that don't really bend.
Can we install an arm cannon?
Okay, yeah, let's go with that. I'm all aboard for this. I'll turn to a fucking golem. I mean, I want to look like a dwarf.
I don't really feel like transporting to Numeria right now.
Hold on, I'll talk to someone who knows sculpting. We're gonna do this. If I can turn into an adamantine golem with an arm cannon, you bet your fucking ass I'm gonna turn to an adamantine golem with an arm cannon. Because that is OP as shit.
Well, yeah, you would get its EX abilities, so.
That would be as OP as shit.
Immune to magic. Which means I can't ever dispel it.
Forever golem. Woo! That is a one-way trip that I am accepting to make. The only issue with it is you guys probably couldn't transport me anywhere, so there is that. Like I'd kind of have just to walk everywhere always, or ride something very big. How big is an adamantine golem? Like, is it changeable, or do you?
It wouldn't be permanent because let's see, not the same kingdom, not the same class, not the same size.
Can you adjust the size? Is the
not
question?
Related.
Does it have to be huge or whatever the size is?
Lower intelligence, so you could be an adamantine golem for 1 hour.
It'd be a really scary hour, though.
That is something we can think about doing in a jam. Okay,
I got a dumb question. Could you permanently transmute someone? Like, you can do it permanently on some creatures. Like, some creatures, like, okay, you're permanently small, for example. Fine.
There's a turn, yeah.
Could you then cast a different one, because now they're a different thing, to do a different permanency and just keep doing that till you reach
no,
point?
You can't stack polymorph effects. You can only have one polymorph effect active at a time. That's basic polymorph rules.
Fair enough. I didn't know if it actually still continued to be polymorph effect after it was like permanent, because at that point.
Duration permanent and duration instantaneous aren't the same thing.
Fair enough.
Permanent can be dispelled, although you can't if you're an adamantine golem because they're immune to magic.
Actually, that's true of any golem. Could you turn me to a flesh golem? I mean, that's flesh. That would remove one of the. Yeah, it'd probably make it like a couple hours though at that point. So just
it's still an object, not an animal.
Alright. So in emergencies, if you ever need someone to kick some ass, turn Fulton into an adamantine golem and watch what happens.
Actually, no. Actually, no, I could dispel it. Greater Dispel doesn't allow for spell resistance.
Well, there you go, then. They can turn it off if you needed to, too.
But yeah, that's something we can think about doing.
Resistance does not equal immunity.
No, immune to magic means spell resistance infinity. That's a rules clarification that was brought up.
Haven't read that.
Yeah, I remember that.
If something doesn't allow for spell resistance, it works on something that's immune to magic.
Gotcha.
Because apparently that's how magic works. Because being immune to magic does not mean you're immune to magic. It just means you're immune to some magic. Because magic.
It's It's the same as spell resistance infinity.
It's just not overcomable is the point. So if it can be resisted, it will be effectively.
Gotcha.
So it's,
Okay,
it's closer to I have infinity resistance.
Okay, so are we ready to rock and roll it?
Pretty much. I mean, assuming everyone's rested, have their spells in order. I've got my gun. I'm gonna try and dress a little subtlety. So we're gonna teleport back to town somewhere relatively safe, right?
Oh no,
That's the plan.
we can teleport to anywhere from here. We'll figure out where. We'll see if we can discern location. Then we'll figure out what our plan is from there.
That's smart.
Let me just double check over my spell book, over my spell list, and make sure I have everything I need before we go ahead and I have to finalize it.
Well, if we're doing it like this, I might as well have my big gun out just in case. Might as well be ready for war. Still gonna wear the cloak though, just in case I gotta pretend to be normal.
Yeah, I should be good. Let's do this.
Alright, someone cast a certain location and really hope this works and doesn't immediately backlash and summon Hydras.
Well, if it doesn't, we do have the second option of sending the tiny eidolon in on one of the guards.
And just see where it goes, yep.
But what if I want to summon Hydras?
I didn't say they'd be Hydras you controlled, I just said there would be Hydras.
You can't summon this one.
I don't see the downside.
Hydras, not enough room, stabbing jaws,
Once you pop,
Hydra.
the fun don't stop. Okay, let's cast a certain location and get on with this bitch.
Exactly.
Is there a recommendation on the best way to differentiate between your old spellbook and your new spellbook?
My old spellbook is a blessed spellbook.
There you go. I guess that's a difference.
Alright, she'll be discerning location on his blessed spellbook.
Okay.
You got it blessed. Yeah.
To find an object, you must have touched it at least once.
Yeah, we haven't touched your thing.
That is a downside,
Okay.
isn't it?
That's fine. Discern location on my robe. You've healed me before.
True.
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, I'll shift it to the robe then. I presume she would know the limitation.
Yeah. You'd be figuring that out as part of it. All right. So,
It's like, oh yeah, we need to
Want
touch
to
your book at some
find-
point. Like, oh, don't look at it, just let us touch it.
want to find his robe.
Great, now I'm just going to go around touching things of everyone's.
Actually, that is kind of a problem. Now we can't discern location of your book, like, ever. So if the guy, like, sold it to some guy, we're gonna have some trouble finding it.
That's fine. You can rebuild the spellbook as long as I can get enough. As long as we make enough money.
Enough
from
money,
this.
yeah. So
Well, and that worst case scenario, he could buy the spell himself.
that is also true. Yeah, worst case scenario, that works. So his robe.
Yeah. There we go.
Hopefully, he hasn't destroyed it on me.
Fallen, you're incredibly okay with all his illegal activity. Keep at it.
My robe is delicious. That's a joke because it was a robe of sustenance.
Mm-hmm.
Tasty robe.
It was a robe of holding and sustenance, actually.
So it's literally like this
The whole
robe you
thing was
store
about-
food in and like eat out of it. Nom nom nom. Food robe of sustenance.
The whole robe was was a giant bag of holding.
Just going through the list and double checking that what I determined had happened to it all makes sense.
It got blown up. Knowing my luck, he sold it all to a whole bunch of different vendors. That's what we do when we kill something and take its stuff.
Absolute worst case scenario, we saw this whole news and just go find an Etten to kill and take his damn shit and sell that. Or something.
Dear Ministry of Adventuring, this adventure's too hard. Can we have something else?
Preferably something that involves killing, because this shit ain't our forte. Or forward, whatever the hell you... I can't say that word, can I?
Okay, there we go. You.
It's behind you.
No.
Well, that was convenient. Yoink.
That's a different campaign.
Now I'm worried. What campaign is this?
No, that's a Call of Cthulhu campaign.
Oh, that shit, that
I am looking for.
we would
I'm
be
looking for
back to
where the
back
Great
doing
Lord
this with
Cthulhu is.
shotguns.
I want to know where the Great Lord Cthulhu is going to come through onto this plane. Behind you. Ah!
Well, it's
Well,
better
then
than
you don't turn
inside you.
around.
I have succumbed to insanity.
If it was like coming through your stomach, that'd be worse.
Yeah, inside you would be the creepier one to say.
It's
Then
coming
everyone
from
immediately
inside
turns
the
on
house.
you and kills you. Okay, if they're smart players, they turn on you and kill you on the spot. Especially if you're a woman, because then you're like, you have the seed of Satan within you or some nonsense. I don't know. The game is weird.
What if them killing you is what lets it in?
Yeah, that is the danger, isn't it? But what if you don't kill her? Then what? There was no right answer. There was only doom. Call it Cthulhu.
Yeah, that is a game where you're going to die or go insane at the end, no matter what. So
Hey, you might as well have fun with it.
that's what Vampire the Masquerade's supposed to be like, but I've never played with a storyteller that actually follows it.
I always wanted to just play a Malkavian in there.
I played a
Nosferatu for life.
Malkavian who had a crippling fear of doorknobs.
That actually would be kind of interesting, because you'd never open a door. I wouldn't open it for you. I hope you're a woman, because otherwise this gets awkward fast. Nibelurg's Rings, Trottenham Curve. But we know where the curve is, but that means he sold it. Why is that a ring store, though? It's strange.
Well, let's go find this place.
Well, we know where Trottenham Curve is, so therefore we probably know where this store is, and we just do a bit of searching. So we can actually go straight to Tottenham Curve.
Yeah, let's go there and look around.
Nibelurg's Ring is very... Why would you sell a robe to a ring place? If that is, I mean, it could be a front. But alright, let's go. Who's teleporting? I need to hold on to someone, so...
I am. Everyone come close.
Alright.
Let's hold hands and sing Kumbaya.
Dwarven Kumbaya or human Kumbaya? Because Dwarven 1 is real different. Usually drunk.
Oh no, I didn't get time to cast my spell. I've disappeared.
Well, we've all been destroyed.
I'm just transferring everyone back to loot and inventory. You can take care of it there.
Our hubris has destroyed us before we were ready. Gods have smote us.
Sort of the expected result, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't transfer my spells.
Yeah, I haven't. Your tokens have not arrived yet.
Okay, good.
Now they have. They're the ones at the center of the grid. I copy-pasted on the wrong computer.
I'm the number 1 Lindahl of Knight's Reach.
There we go. Greater teleport. That one you do only need a good description of the destination, right?
Yeah, and an exact street address should actually be enough to have us arrive there if it's not a magic place.
It is a magic place. Place is chock full of magic. Just don't jump in the shop directly.
No, if it's not if it's not that shop you went to that moves around.
Oh, that, yeah, no. No.
You arrive on a road that curves very sharply in a clockwise fashion.
Alright,
And
let's
it
find
is
Nibbler's rings. Lindhall, you speak more languages than we ever could hope to, so just look at the sign, it should tell you right where it is.
Yeah, I'm reading the signs.
I mean, we couldn't read most of them, was our issue.
Lindahl,
Do you
as
need the
you
list of languages I speak?
know, I've crossed out the languages you don't. It's a shorter list.
Okay.
It really is.
As you walk along the curve, just looking at these signs. By the way, I should actually double check the precise time of day here. As for the day, it is now Sunday, the 10th of June. The new moon is 3 nights from now, and if you guys left at your earliest possible convenience, it should be early morning, like 6 or 7 in the morning.
Good. Now let's see what place I need to break into and steal my robe back from.
Lindahl, as you read many of these signs, you realize that a great many of them are in-jokes in some magical community or another. And you eventually do spot a very narrow shop. It seems to be a building that was built in an alley between 2 others, but it is
Size means
definitely a
nothing.
building.
That shop's name is hilarious. That's the ancient Assyriani word for vagina.
Wizards are weird.
Anyway, you find Nebelung's rings. It is a building that's about 2 feet wider than its front door, which is sized appropriately for gnomes.
I'll fit okay. Good luck to the rest of you. Considering I'm the one that can fit the easiest, and, well, short of,
I'll walk on my knees.
short of Fulton, like, Fulton can get in there, and he's usually the one at the front, but, like, he's going to be on his knees, and that's bad, so I'll go in first, because I'm the other physical guy in this group. So in I go. First.
Sending
I'll
the
walk on
idol.
my knees. I'll be behind.
I'm gonna send the idol on whim, but I'm not sure she'll actually follow immediately.
So I'm gonna just pretend. I'm just gonna go in and pretend it's a bloody shop. You can send your idol and you go on. I'm just gonna pretend I want a ring and see where it goes, and because they don't have any reason to just suspect me. So,
Halton will wait outside.
so you guys wait here. I'll be back out, and if I'm not, blow the place up. Once you find me and make sure I'm out of the place. Right. So I head in and pretend it's a shop. It is a shop. I mean,
You head in. In order to save space, there are only there's it seems to be just a line of display
It's
cases.
not bigger on the inside. What kind of wizard
No,
is
it
this?
is not.
Shit.
It is exactly as small as it looks like from the
He is a
outside.
shit wizard.
Says
There's
he's a wizard.
of display cases only on the right hand wall. The left wall is occasionally scraped with where people have had to push their way past and try and cram their way in here. A sensation that is quite familiar to you after only a few seconds. At the very back there is a small, there's not a counter, but there's a small bank window that's barred with only a little slot at the bottom to pass things back and forth through. And,
To be clear, I have put my guns away. I'm not like holding a gun being all, give me your money.
yeah.
I'm not that dumb.
And
Anyway.
though you do not see anyone, you can hear some rustling in the back from behind there. Sounds like someone's moving boxes.
I look to Eldion and sort of wave it to go check on him. I'm not going to make myself known until the Eldion gets he's not preparing a gun.
I'm going to, I'm not going to do the hard sell quite yet. I'm just going to look at the items on the display case and wait for somebody to come out. If there's a customer service bell, I'll ring it.
Well, no, don't. I thought I went in alone deliberately to not draw attention to the fact that, I don't want him to think he's being mugged because he might know that the robe is a hot item,
No, I'm purposely going in. It's my robe. I'm going in after it.
Okay, well, then I don't go in. You go in alone.
Even better.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm not going
No.
in. Fuck it, I gotta go.
All of-
I already decided I was going in, so I'm going in.
Thank
I at
you
least
for
want the
making my
LDO to go
life
in
easy.
and check on him before you start dinging on everything. The less aware of our presence he is, the better, in case he's ready for us.
And how likely is Eidolon to understand you just pointing?
I'm just gonna say quietly, go check on him. Quietly.
Sorry, I don't speak Dwarven.
I said it in common, you asshole.
Mistress, the one who smells like fire keeps pointing. You know what he wants.
I just told him what I wanted him to do. Go check on the
It
guy.
should be able to understand common. It knows all the languages I do.
Yep.
Go check on the guy in the back. If he's not preparing a
The
weapon or
Eidolon
something.
flies towards the back. It gets you see from where you are in the shop, which is about 12, 15 feet away. Is the shop's only 20 feet deep. The Eidolon flies up to the barred window and just moves about it and flies about the wall looking for any other way through before
Isn't he
returning.
fine sized? How is this mesh?
I'm aware. It comes back and it has to come very close to your face for you to notice that it is shrugging its little tiny snake shoulders.
That is adorable. And I sigh and go up and I gesture to Fulton. Alright, go ahead. Sorry, Lindahl. Sorry, Fulton's outside. Gesture to Lindahl. Go ahead and ring.
Yeah, if there's a bell, I'll ring it. If not, I'll yell for somebody. Excuse me.
Oh, customers this early? Huh. Just a moment.
Take your time.
You hear as a bit more clamor of boxes being put down, and finally a usually short, even for a gnome, approaches the window and
I'm a dwarf.
stands up on his
wow. All right.
stands up on his toes in order to look through that barred window. Yep. What you want?
I'm looking for a certain item you would have acquired quite recently.
Oh yeah. Why don't you just tell them who your name is as well?
I didn't have many shipments in lately. You're on a waiting list, or?
Well, I'm just looking for some rings. I'm gonna go. Is this all your stock?
Oh, yeah. Almost all of it made in house. The rest is clearly marked with the little red circle beside the label. Just keep an eye out.
I bump Lindahl. Let's look at that before we start asking dumb questions that give us away, shall we?
Yes, let's look at the display case. Is there a robe on it?
No, the display cases all seem to be. They all seem to have you realize that they're not full of rings or wands or anything else. They're full of small little paper cards that all have a ring drawn on them. Very
Okay.
well. From arm's length, you thought they were rings. No, they're just little cards with a ring on and a small inscription in mostly in common, but every once in a while there's more obscure languages.
Okay, I'm gonna detect magic and look around the store.
So you start chanting and waving your hands.
Other than there's some kind of magical wall at the actual back wall where that window is. There doesn't seem to be anything magical that you didn't bring in with you.
That's fine. I'm going to examine the wall and try to figure out what spell's causing it.
Gorson keeps, he's pretending to browse, but he's keeping an eye on the gnome just in case the gnome starts reaching for something.
I figure I can save a lot of time if I just dominate person this guy and get my stuff. I just want to see if he's got something up that stops me from doing that.
It appears to be just a wall of force with a very small hole in it that lines up with the slot under the bars.
I only heard like a first. What did you say exactly? Sorry.
Sorry,
I guess
it seems to be a wall of force, just your side of the actual wooden wall at the back, and it has a small hole in it that lines up with the slot under the barred window.
Okay, he's a pretty good wizard to pull that off. Or rich, one or the other. I'm not getting through that.
Yeah, normally you can't cast, but if he's got a hole large enough to pass things through, he's got a hole large enough to cast through too. So stupid for him.
Oh, he's also got a hole large enough for us to fit our Eldion friend. Assuming we distract him for him not to notice that, because that'd be hard not to notice when you're right in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we don't know if we
You see
pass
something
it.
you like there, Sonny?
What is on display? You said there was like rings, but not actual rings, like, you know.
Yep.
I have this ring, ask me for it kind of cards, but what is on
Yes.
sale?
Oh, all kinds of rings. In fact, a
Does he
lot
have
of
a
them.
ring like a ring that lets you shoot disintegration, for example? Yes, I am considering we buy a ring of disintegration, blow his own wall off, and then rob him. Yes.
But of course.
That would be hilarious.
At least Fulton's outside.
It's like going
No,
to the
no,
store,
no.
buying a gun, putting a bullet in, and going, okay, I'm robbing you now.
All of it, just going thoroughly looking over everything, it all seems to be less powerful things. Like
Sorry,
there's a
mostly
ring
what?
here. There's a ring here that renders invisible to cats.
That is a really specific use. So it's like ultra
And
specific rings.
yes, and there is a ring here that makes you irresistible. Pardon, not irresistible. That gives you ultimate dominion over houseflies.
Okay, that could be useful for spying purposes. I'll give it to that one, but.
So yeah, I'll walk up to the window. We'll try
Do you
to
have
play
any?
this cool first.
Do you have any rings that like silence loud thunderclap-like sounds? Like a ring of silence, effectively, but for specific sounds. Because you seem to do really specific stuff.
Yes. 1 second here. Let me check in the back. Disappears from the window.
I wave at the. I wave where like. I'm assuming you point out the hole to us so we can get the bloody Eldion in it. Like, this is your chance
Yeah,
to do
we'll
it.
throw the Eidolon through there. Yeah.
Yeah, she'll give it the go-ahead.
All right. Could I get a stealth check from it?
I'll also sidle up the window so I'm close to it.
Okay. And can I get a dex check from it? Alrighty.
Dex is only +8 right now.
Alrighty. It goes to the slot and finds it has to kind of worm itself through. It's still a few inches long, but apparently the slot is narrower than it than it looks like to to Alakirak's perception. But Alakirak manages to squeak through and disappears into the room on the far side of the bars.
Good. Spy on his hours.
Good. Have it find my stuff.
That
Then
would be a
transpose
plus.
in and steal it.
First
The
thing,
gnome comes.
I want to use Wand of Invisibility on itself.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Okay.
It pokes itself with its own wand. Its own
It
tiny,
has-
tiny, 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 tiny wand.
It has tiny equipment. That's adorable.
I know, it is.
It's got wands
has
and like
a tiny
spring-loaded
bow and
wrist
arrow.
sheaves.
So now we have a fine-sized invisible creature. He's not seeing that. So he comes back, you say?
Yes. He comes back and he's holding a small copper ring. This might be what you're looking for. Uh, it's a ring. Well, it's kind of what you're looking for.
Explain.
Well, it's a kind of ring of ignorance. Whoever's wearing it is undisturbed by by certain things. This one is so that they're not bothered by sound.
So you put a ring on someone so they're not bothered by a certain sound?
Yes.
What certain sound? Do I
Well,
declare
you said
it, or
thunder.
So that would be a thunder one. So I presume you have a one that's more specific or less specific?
What's more specific than thunder?
I don't know. The sound of a blacksmith pounding on an anvil. Is that specific enough?
Oh, I got one of those.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Do you have one that just silences all, like, sounds on a person? Just a ring of silence, effectively?
Oh, I might, but I'd have to go looking for it.
You do that. Just go ahead and go look, and when he's gone, I'm going to say something to Fulton. Damn it! Lindall, I keep forgetting that you're... I don't know why your names are so interchangeable in my head, but they are. Anyway.
All right, Sonny, just hold on to it. I'll be back.
Anyway, and once he's gone, I look to Lindall. There's no way for us to tell. I mean, presuming our friend outside will know if he sees the robe of any kind, along with anything else that belongs to you. So
You've
effectively,
seen
we're
my
just
robe.
delaying. Yeah, we're basically just sitting here delaying, and if
we'll stall till we hear something. Yes.
yeah, exactly. Just so come up with things you want, and we'll see.
Shinalar.
All right, so she's going to instruct her Eidolon to start searching. See if she
The robes.
Yeah, the
spellbooks,
Eidolon
that
should
kinda-
at least have seen what Lindall looks like with the
Yeah, he
robe
sees
on.
his robe, so
Oh,
at
yeah.
least we
Oh,
know
yeah.
what he looks like.
All right. It reports that it's in a very large stock room. There's like little boxes everywhere. It's looking around for a coat rack. It does not want to try opening these boxes. Also, it smells horrible down here, mistress.
Endure.
Could I get a perception check?
If I really wanted to be a dick, if there's a hole large enough to put items through, it's large enough for me to teleport through, so I could pop over there and start kicking them.
Just pop me with you and almost threaten him with a gun. Old-fashioned gunnery.
Now we'll see if we can do this peacefully first. That's our backup
Exactly.
plan.
We're the heroes.
Yeah, we are the heroes. Hey, we are trying to do this like subtle, peacefully, like just send some stuff in case the joint, see if whether or not it's like where it is.
I never claimed to be a hero.
We know.
Not out loud.
Except for that time where you sign up for the Adventuring Ministry, which I assume is also called the Heroes Ministry, but what do I know?
Hey, Sonny! I got it. Here it is. Puts a
Ah, you
small.
found it.
He puts a small it's bent into a ring, but it's quite clearly a nail from a horseshoe. Guaranteed to render all blacksmiths within hearing completely irrelevant to you.
So I think I had asked him specifically for a ring of just silence, but that's actually kind of impressive you have that. Where are you?
Oh,
Okay, now I'm curious. How are you finding all these extremely specific... Do you enchant them yourself? Because that's actually something of an extreme skill there.
well, it's not the richest city, Harrogate, so I try to dial my expertise down to what the common folk could handle.
That's actually rather clever of you. Much props to that. Okay, I'll be honest with you.
I
Oh,
would
sorry.
like to. I would like a mask that glows in the presence of dwarves.
He works on rings. He probably has a ring that grows in the presence of dwarves, though.
Fine. Do you have a ring that glows in the presence of evil dwarves?
Yeah, that could work.
Evil dwarfs.
He got ripped off when he was younger. He's been pretty paranoid about it ever since.
Oh, alrighty. Well, I don't know. I'll read.
And look for a ring indetectable, essentially, but with dwarf specifics, if that helps.
He disappears.
There, that should keep him busy for a few minutes.
We're just fucking
luck.
with this poor guy. Who I am kind of interested in, at least. That actually ring might actually come in handy, and I have another one that might work too. So we might actually get something out of this.
Alakarak reports that
I don't have any money.
the smelly the smelly
Oh.
gnome keeps coming back and forth between the front desk and this room at the back. That he keeps shutting the door very quickly. Alakarak's having difficulty following him in there, but he goes in. The gnome goes in there, stays there for about 15 seconds, and then comes back out with some item. He's not going into any of these boxes in his storeroom at all.
Interesting. Is
Try to
the
follow him there.
is the gnome wearing
Ooh, I found a coat rack.
shirt with a collar?
I beg pardon?
Is the gnome wearing any sort of shirt with a collar or anything with kind of loose folds?
I'll try next time he comes back here, mistress. But I did find a coat rack. It's got a robe on it.
Does it have Lindal's robe on it?
Probably not.
Focus on the gnome, please.
No, right. Ooh, not on that juicy rat over there?
The gnome, please, sweet.
The gnome. Hey. Okay, I got this.
We're doomed. We are so doomed. I did not realize how doomed we were until I realized our entire plan hinges on what is effectively an easily distracted snake. So, yeah, we're doomed.
That's
It
fine.
has an int of 7.
We are so fucking doomed.
So it's smarter than Wagner.
Barely. Like, it actually might have trouble beating him at chess. So we both
maybe
parties don't
beat him
just
at
give up and
chess.
eat rats. Oh boy.
Chris,
Yeah,
can
so
you
when-
link me Shinalar's character sheet again? I can't find it in my history.
Okay.
Okay, dog. Oh, other Chris.
Yes. There we go. Yeah, for some reason, as soon as I put the apostrophe into the location bar, it stops offering me history, so punctuation must be confusing it.
Yeah, probably. I just find mine, well, SHI from 9 works.
Yep. Well, SHI was giving me too many results, so...
Right?
Okay. Good. Okay, could I get another dex check from Alakirak? And a sleight of hand, possibly?
Yeah,
If
it's
it's
like
untrained,
it can't
then
be
it-
used untrained, so.
That's just gonna be, yeah.
Another
We
flat
hear the
dex?
gnome scream, ah, snake. I
Yeah,
guess we
flat
know what we're
decks,
doing.
basically.
Alright then, one last.
Oh, jeez.
You
Ah,
can't
snake. Ah.
without training. You can't succeed on a sleight of hand check with a DC higher than 10.
What is he trying to do with a sleight of hand exactly? Like eat rats? What?
Sneak into a pocket. What else?
It's not really sleight of hand, is
I
it?
just wanted to hold on to his collar or something.
It's like that's close to like a stealth check at that fucking size. Not a sleight of hand is like I am trying to hide something on my body. Like you're hiding in a body. It's more like if he was trying to hide him, maybe a sleight of hand. But
He's trying
Well,
to
this-
hide himself in someone's body. That's sleight of hand.
Yeah.
it doesn't make any damn sense.
Well, no, slipping a note or a dagger into someone's pocket without them noticing, it's functionally the same skill as taking a note or dagger out.
But it's not. You don't. The sleight of hand is the trickery with the hands, being subtle, a combination of distraction and so on. Climbing into a giant's pocket. If this was a giant and I was just a
No,
dude, that'd be a stealth check. You sneakily trying to get into his pocket.
Yes, you're not trying to do it unseen, you're trying to do it unfelt. So
Yeah, that's
sleight of hand.
Yeah, that's sleight of hand. He's right.
Kind of just weird, huh? Fair enough.
Trying to hide something on somebody's person without their knowledge is sleight of hand, not stealth.
Yeah, think of sleight of hand as knowledge thievery in this case.
He's fine, right? Does that door have a crack? He'd be better off just trying to wiggle through the crack or something.
Anyways,
That's why you should just land on someone's helmet like I did. You're not gonna notice that.
Shinalar, Alakarak reports back. Oh shit!
You can always open the door and tell us to go help him.
Yeah, or you could just, or we hear the sound of "haha, snake," and then we just assume all has gone wrong and come charging in.
Are you
Still
doing?
invisible?
Are you
Sure,
in
it is
response to
invisible.
that? Or
Do you poke your head in and say, save him or something?
Well, okay, she wants him to elaborate. That doesn't tell her anything.
Normally, when someone says, oh shit, when they're on a stealth mission, usually means the mission has gone shit tits up and they can't elaborate. That's like the usual expected scenario.
Alakarak reports. Just a moment, misters.
Great. Well, she's gonna have to wait unless she wants to burst over the whole stealth part of this, so she's gonna wait.
And meanwhile, Lindall and Corzin are standing there quietly, just kind of mulling over what other stupid rings they can think of to make this guy distracted.
After a few moments, Alakarak reports. I'm okay, but the rats might object to my presence. Meanwhile, back at the front counter, the gnome shows up and he's wincing and he's got some nasty cuts on one of his fingers, but he comes back. Sorry, I can't find a ring for something that specific, good sir. Sure you
That's
weren't
a
looking for
damn
anything else?
I am, but
What happened to your hand?
Very
Oh,
good
just-
question.
Oh, just accidentally put my hand down on a rat trap while I was down there. It's nothing.
What kind of rat traps do you have? They don't slice.
The normal
Snap.
spring-loaded kind.
And you got
Okay,
cuts from that.
One last item I might be interested in if you could go look for it. A robe that functions as a bag of holding and also as a ring of sustenance.
It's weirdly specific. Idiot.
I've been looking for one of those forever.
Oh, have you? Oh, well, give me just a second. I'll go take a gander for it. But I don't normally carry clothing. I mean, maybe. I don't think so. But all right, I'll go take a look. And he disappears.
Pressing my face to my palms. I like take 3 steps away from you. Well, if you're gonna blow up, I might as well just be a little bit of distance. Thank you for blowing our cover, revealing you're alive, and basically guaranteeing the next 12 seconds we're gonna be in deep, deep trouble.
Oh, I haven't done any of those things.
You've done all those things at once by saying, "Hey, I'm a guy looking for a very specific robe on it." It's just.
I was
I chew
looking
at
for
my
more
beard.
strain-specific items than that. Now shut up before he comes back.
You should walk into a range store and be like, hey, I want that thing you just got sold that's illegal.
And after a few moments, he comes back, and he's holding a big bundled a sort of forest green cloak. Well, you're in luck. I do happen to have something just like that. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, I don't know. I do get a lot of odd knickknacks. I guess this just came in the shipment, and I forgot to send it back. What with it not being a ring like the rest.
Wow, that's lucky for me.
Very lucky.
Yeah. So, oh, let's see here. I'll have to bring this thing up. Let's see here. That's
I like lean
haha,
quietly over to Lindhall
just
and
a
say,
little gnome joke there for you.
really quietly, how in the name of the Christ above, or like, sorry, more than above, are you gonna pay for that? It's a legitimate question. Neither of us have any money. I mean, Fulton has money, so we could just nick it from him. But then we feel like dicks.
Let's see here. It was based on a Type 2 bag of holding? Yes.
Yeah, it's a ring. It's a robe of holding 2 and sustenance. Yeah. That thing was really expensive.
8750 look, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
We're not gonna be able to buy it. The fuck do we do?
All right, sir. Oh yeah, I guess that'll be oh, let's see here. Oh, take away the Baron's tax. Add the Baron's other tax.
It's an asshole.
Let's see here. That'll be 857 platinum. Oh, and a goat.
Okay, just a quick second.
We might need to go fetch the goat.
Just a quick second. So,
Okay. Give us a minute. We need to go fetch that. We weren't carrying goats on ourselves as a form of currency.
What kind of bridge troll are you, Sonny?
The kind that asks for toll and eats the goat.
You dwarven folk never made good bridge trolls.
No, we wouldn't. We're too good at it.
As an aside here, does Shinomaru know that her Eidolon has taken damage? Through lifelink, she should probably be able to tell.
It is unharmed, but it is. At last report, it was hiding somewhere.
Hmm.
well, it's worth a shot.
You don't need to see my ID. Okay, let's see here.
But at least we know where the
humanoid
casting
creature.
hole is.
Share. Say.
And then dominate him.
Propulsion.
Ask him where he got where the shit came from, because that's important.
I'm going to. We need to make sure it works first.
Sure. If it
Alrighty.
doesn't, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
What is the DC?
28.
Good solid DC.
I still have 28 intelligence without my intelligence items. We're still good for that.
So what, with your items you'd have a 30 DC or something?
Oh yeah, I had 36 with my item.
Damn.
I'm not quite sure how.
And there's ways to boost the DC based on its like school. I know that.
No, that was a math fail on me. I had 34 intelligence. I've been rounding that up wrong all the time. Oops.
Lol. Well, considering you haven't actually gotten to a fight where that's mattered. Yeah, not recently. Like, the only thing you've done is like abuse your powers to kill helpless people.
Well, Sonny, I don't know what kind of bargain you're trying to go for, but around here we try to pay with money.
Garthen like looks at you. Did something happen? I'm pretending to not know what happened because, okay, to be fair, he doesn't know what happened.
Well, Lyndall would have made some mumbling in some in some language you do not know, and it didn't seem to do anything.
Punch Lindell's leg. The hell is that about?
And where'd
he go?
I'm going to pop behind the counter.
All right, you appear behind the counter.
What the fuck are you doing?
And around here, I got my stolen property back.
Oh, tits. I pretend to know nothing. As you brutally murder a gnome in front of me.
There's a gnome we're going to have to disappear.
Oh, no, you can just mind wipe him or just make him leave.
The gnome squawks in a panic.
Reaches for a wand.
Lyndall, could I get the same from you?
Oh, crap.
Yeah, boy.
Well, you forget where you are for a moment. I think I left half of me over there. Hold on, let me teleport back.
Okay, let's see here.
I only have a 2 and knit 1. I rolled a 1.
Everyone can roll a 1. I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm just saying that sucks.
Yeah, it really does suck. Yeah. How dare you resist my dominate person? I'm gonna kick your ass.
Now hold on, I'm gonna stand here while you react first.
Okay.
Now we must kung fu fight.
Oh, I want to watch this. Hold on, let me get popcorn. Watching two wizards kung fu fight is the funniest shit ever. Cast dominate person on you. What now?
That would be just desserts, yes.
I just claim just to be like, I don't know why he reacted so strongly. I just talked my way out of this nonsense.
No, not the damn word of power.
Power word kill?
No.
Excessive asshole.
No. Just trying to find a certain spell, and I can't remember its exact name, and the SRD keeps directing me to the word of power instead of the spell.
Power word stun?
No. Not power words. The
PowerPoint?
verb part of the spell's name. I'm misremembering a spell? Hold up.
Sticks to snacks? Well, you're gonna do it to me anyway. What's it supposed to do? I can tell you what spell it is. I've played this game for quite some time. I know what all the spells do.
There we go. Okay. Lyndall, how many rings are you wearing?
None.
And you don't have a sword or knife drawn at the moment?
I don't even own one. My dagger's back in my lair.
Alrighty. Because you're the kind of person who would be highly interested to know, go ahead and make a check to recognize what spell the little gnome is casting.
I quietly watch from beyond the wall of force, where I am very safe as the two wizards have a duel, and just sort of like, yeah, that's cool. They haven't stepped in front of the hole, I can shoot him.
He has just cast Pilfering Hand. A small tarnished iron ring drifts out of his pocket and makes a beeline for your hand.
I'd like to know how that counts as a disarm or steal maneuver.
It is not a steal, it is a sleight of hand.
To pickpocket a target.
Hmm.
It's very specific.
But he is not able to slip this ring over your finger, and in a squeak of surprise, he tries to push past you and get down the stairs that are beside you. You're in right now it's it's maybe a 4 by 8 foot box that's back here. There's no real counter or anything other than a small chest where he probably keeps some coin to make change with.
Well,
There's
I'm not
just
going to allow him to, so he's going to have to attempt a bull rush.
This is gonna be funny.
He'll probably win. My CMD's crap.
however, you teleported in on the opposite side of him and door, so he is pushing his way out that door unless you're capable of threatening him.
Okay, he can. I can't really do anything to him. I don't have a weapon.
He slips down those stairs.
What's his speed? He can only take a move action. He already took a stand.
Yeah, that he's moving his move. Do remember though that you are on your knees.
Okay, so I can move at half speed.
Yes.
You know what? I'm just gonna shift. I'm just going to shift past. Swift action.
All right. You start your turn by shifting into the room in front of him. And although you're still on your knees, there is enough room for you to stand here. It's a room about 6 feet wide in between two lines of deep shelves on which there's hundreds and hundreds of little boxes, maybe half a foot on each side in length. And there's a couple doors out at the far end of the room, towards the front of the shop.
Okay. How
And there's
far away from is he? Sorry, go ahead.
rat traps scattered all the floor everywhere. He is about 10 feet away from you, just at the bottom of the stairs. And again squawks in surprise. It is your turn.
Yep, I'm just figuring out what I should do to him.
Turn him into a goat. Vengeance. And say, like, there's your goat, and some other quip. Well, something that slows him down is probably helpful. It prevents him from moving.
Yeah, I was thinking about hitting him with excruciating deformation.
That'd probably do it. His legs into like jelly. I don't know. Jelly legs.
He seems to have a good deck, so I'm not sure I'd be able to hit him with it.
Mm-hmm.
I only get a plus 9 to my range touch, and if he's got a +6 in it, he has at least a +4 dex. Which means this touch is at least 14, which means there's a good chance I'd miss that. I'm not sure I want to waste polymorph any object on him. And he seems to have a good will save, so I don't want to waste my dazing on him. I don't really have much.
I'll be back in just a moment while you pull it over.
It'd be better if I had greater invis going. I could try to dominate him, but we might need that later.
Well, I don't know what advice to give you. I'm a guy with a gun, kind of off a wall force. I cannot contribute to this in any way, shape, or form unless you want to drag him in front of the hole and have me shoot him.
No, I'm going to use polymorph any object to duplicate the effects of flesh to stone, and assuming he's not holding my stuff, and then I will grab my robe and shove him into it, and we can dispel it after we're done here.
You're gonna just like
Alrighty.
keep him in your mansion until we're done with this entire scenario, because that's kind of rude.
No, I'm going to keep him in my robe until we're done with this scenario.
He'll die he's gonna suffocate.
He'll be stoned.
He'll be stoned.
He can't breathe.
Okay, so did you come up with something to do to him?
Apparently stuff
Yes,
in
I'm
his
going to
pockets.
cast polymorph any object to duplicate the effects of flesh to stone on him. He's not holding my stuff still, is he?
He is still carrying that robe. However, it's not your robe unless someone's dyed it since you were last wearing it.
Great. So we actually are just robbing a guy who happens to have a robe that just happens to do what your robe does. Awesome.
To be fair,
His
this
robe is in
location,
here somewhere.
It's in here, so he has it.
So stone him and just find the real one, so we don't have to
Well-
steal from the poor bastard.
Well,
Just
the
trying to do
problem
a
is if I
job.
stone him, all of his carried gear, including that, was to stone.
Okay, the problem with that is once we have him stoned and in your pocket, we can just unstone him when we need to and like take off He's not going to argue with a gun, a cleric,
Yeah, but I
and
can't
some
look
other
under my.
unknown caster.
Well, yeah, I guess if I stone him, I can look around for my actual stuff.
Yeah, you can find your actual thing. That's the one thing we keep, and then we unstone him. And when we're done, like just okay, sorry about that. It was inconvenient handling legal stuff for the FBI.
Sure, that's the one thing
Forget
we keep,
everything.
quote unquote.
And we should investigate the door he was trying to protect so much anyway.
Yeah, and someone let me in. Seriously, I can't fit through that tiny hole.
Okay, get a polymorph any object to duplicate the effects of Flesh to Stone as an 8th level spell. Fort DC is 31.
Just a moment.
Yeah, actually, sorry. I think I might not have adjusted my DCs properly on my copy sheet. Just a sec.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I didn't. Sorry. Let me adjust that. I made the copy sheet pretty hastily. There's things I forgot to do on it.
Yeah, no problem.
So
Every day
my
you lose something.
DCs. Yeah, my DCs at +9 would start at 19.
So for an 8th level spell, 27.
Yep,
27
27.
million.
Okay.
Fort save 27.
Roll a 1.
You reach out and twist the air around him and twist the air around him, trying to change his form into that of a gnomish statue. And you see one of the rings he's wearing start to glow, and he staggers over and is having trouble catching his breath.
Do it again.
All detect magic is concentration. But I'm just going to do a general knowledge arcana to see if I can figure out what kind of ring that is based on what's going on.
Yes, knowledge arcana. $45. That ought to be high enough. Let me just make sure I'm not misremembering. Range of that table. Yeah, 45 is more than high enough to know that there are such things as items that protect specifically against effects like petrification and paralyzation.
Yeah, there are items that do that. I wouldn't be surprised if you had one.
Okay.
There is actually like a specific one even for like the specific ones for stone and specific ones for like polymorph effects. It gets really, really specific. Like a doll or something. I don't remember the specific. Like
Do you
really
have a
weird
move
motorcycle.
action? Or are you happy on your knees?
Get in front of him.
Yeah, I'll take the move to stand.
All right.
Hit the ceiling. Bump.
No. There is room for him to stand down here. The gnome needs a ladder to the upper shelves. He is, however, quite clearly staggered, and he cusses glances around panickedly and
I just
grabs
want
one of
my
the.
property, and then I'll leave you alone.
What, what property? I don't have any sort of any of your property. I don't have anything stolen. He grabs one of the boxes off the
Robe,
shelf and fumbles it open. But the
robe,
robe, just
bag of
I just
holding,
can't.
ring of sustenance. That's mine. It was stolen.
What? I just conjured this whole thing together in the back.
Oh, okay. Wow, he's really powerful at the whole making shit thing.
I did a discern location on my stolen robe. It led me here. Where is my robe?
I don't have your robe.
You have to have his robe, or I don't know. Like she touched the super specific robe. Can it be fooled by having a robe of the similar make? I mean, I don't fucking know. It's me.
It shouldn't be able to be fooled like that.
Oh, it
It
finds
should
my robe.
not. No.
So he has
Yes.
his robe somewhere in here. He
Is
might
he
not be
using
aware
it
it's
for
here.
parts?
No, it has to be whole for discern location for it to work, right?
Yep.
So it's somewhere. Maybe he doesn't know it's here. Maybe it's in one of the like a credit. Like, did he actually receive anything? Like, let us search the house. It's here.
Yeah.
There's
Have
no way
you-
it's not here. It's a certain location. It's here.
Look, I used discern location to find my stolen robe. It is here somewhere. Tell me where it is.
He's still
You're a
holding
wizard,
the,
you know.
he's still holding the ring that he fished out of that box that he grabbed off the shelf, but he's not putting it on. And he said, "All right, fine. I'll let you. I swear it's not here."
I got
Just-
okay. I got a quick question. This is
oh,
dumb, but
let me-
like follow me. What if the person was wearing a robe? Like, what if someone came into this shop and was wearing the robe that this guy, like the one we're looking for, and he was just in here when we cast it? Like, has he seen anyone with like a robe on come in? Like, probably a lot of people, but you know what your robe looks like. That might be what it is.
Garazin, you would be able to shout all of this down upstairs. They're not that far away.
I am
Just-
shouting it down there because,
Yes.
well, stop harassing the poor gnome.
Has anybody who could wear a robe my size come in today?
Uh,
About 20 minutes ago.
no, you're the first people I've seen here all day.
Okay, then it
Well,
has
then
to
it
be
must
here.
be here somewhere.
Well, look around. I don't have it.
Okay, can my dwarf come in to reassure you with his gun? I don't know about that. I sort of shout down if everything's alright in there. What do you say about a person coming in wearing your robe? Hello?
But there's
Don't ignore me!
no one came in today, this morning, wearing a robe or not.
Well, then it has to be here, unless, like I said, the certain location doesn't lie, apparently. You would know.
What? No. I'm sorry I can't let you in, Sir Dwarf. There's no door from the front of the shop down here.
It's alright, if he gets weird
Everybody hear me fine?
Yep.
Wunderbar.
We're missing one, but yes,
Yep.
back. One random question while we're waiting. With merge forms, does that mean I take the form of the Eidolon? So when it's this tiny, I could actually be wandering around and.
To my understanding, merge forms turns you both into one single being of presumed your size, because you're the primary Madoodle thing. I don't think your size affects.
Well, it talks about I cast spells while being inside the Eidolon and taking control of the Eidolon.
No, in that case, yeah, you would be tiny and you shooting spells out of it, yes.
Yeah, I'll double check.
If that's the
I'm
specific
just
wording,
thinking for
then
things
yes.
like this, we're stealthing around. This could be really useful.
Yeah, do that. Why aren't you always doing that?
It has a couple downsides.
Which are? Like a time limit or something?
Well, one, it's economy action. I can't, do something else while it's doing something.
Oh.
And likewise, if it gets knocked out, I get ejected, take 46 points, and get stunned.
Ah, well, there you go.
Though it also lets you do some really stupid tricks, like that's the worst that can happen, so it can jump off a cliff and die, and then I just take a little bit of damage.
From the fact that it says the summoner is protected from harm and cannot be the target of spells or effects, yes, I think you're subsumed into your Eidolon's body.
Sorry for
Interesting. Oh, I'm thinking of ways to use this tiny Eidolon to put myself inside of it and cast.
Well, yeah, I could summon something, but it couldn't stay. It can't stay around long enough to really watch him while I look through the
I
place.
asked to know how I can get back there because, well, let's just be frank, we don't want to leave the two wizards alone in the same room without someone to watch them. Like, if you don't mind, if you can let me in down there, I'll make sure he doesn't, turn you into something horrible. I don't know what wizards do to each other when they're alone, and I don't want to know either.
Oh, remember what
I
was
can be a
going on at the
witness to
Savage
his horror.
Sausage?
I wasn't there for that, so I'm going to stay away from that. Character-wise,
Okay. So you and the the gnomish fellow are downstairs in his storeroom, and
I'm
he's
asking for a
offering.
way down.
Yep. And he called up. Sorry, Sir Dorf. There's no door from the front of the shop down here.
So one from the back.
You might have a little bit of difficulty going around if you haven't already come through.
Son of a... Can you teleport me on the other side or something? I mean, do you really want to be down there along with him?
I think we shall be fine. Just we are okay here. Sir, I'll let you look around. I don't have your robe.
Code of magic you do.
I assure you, there's nothing down here but my stock, my damned rats. Damn things have started flying lately.
Ah, flying rats. Funny.
Brad, you with us?
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah. I can always polymorph any object it back. Do I know where? Oh, the thing's invisible. I can't target.
Oh, the Eidolon?
Yeah, I was gonna bring it back to normal size so it could watch him.
It's well, you don't know that it's invisible, but you don't see any sign of it, and you don't know that it tried to get into his pocket and then has taken refuge in one of the rat holes. But it knows that. In fact, probably around about now. Shinalar.
Hmm.
Mistress,
so
the one who smells like candle wax and green ichor is down here arguing with a gnome. With the gnome.
I'm just waiting for things to go tits up in the other room, taking.
and on her side, she's just basically heard Bombard yelling, I assume.
Actually, at that
Yes.
point, Bomber's going to stick his head out and go, "Things have gone terribly, terribly wrong, as expected. Not basically the wizard is alone with the other wizard, and they're trying. Gnome, for his part, is playing nice, but Lindhall might not because wizard being wizards. Yeah, you can come in if you want. It makes no difference, really. I can't get through the force wall, so, whatever. I mean, you can teleport through it, I guess. Hey, can you teleport?
I've teleported you several times.
I know, but I have no idea how it works. You never explained you can teleport me like 5 feet to the left at will or something.
Here I thought we were just traveling from one universe to another where we had to be in the place we wanted to be.
Seriously.
Okay, I do have a slight mechanics question. So, Maker's Call is supposed to act as Dimension Door, and Transposition is supposed to be me swapping. Does that mean I can Dimension Door other people to the location of my Eidolon using this?
You've done it before, so yes.
Well, that was actually by casting Dimension Door.
Ah. I only need just Dimension Door. It's not like a very difficult thing
Let's
to get
check.
through.
What's it called?
This
No,
is Transposition.
at Transposition, you can use your Maker's Call ability to swap locations instead of bringing your Eidolon to you. It's only you.
Okay, so this is just be a couple steps difference then. Okay, so first step is she'll move inside with Bombard, which means she's gonna have to get on her knees. And then direct her Eidolon to get out in the open, out in behind the wall of force.
Bolton sighs resignedly and says he'll keep an eye out for the constabulary or something.
Okay, so I guess first step is to transpose once it's outside of an area, transpose herself on the other side of the wall.
Friends. Bombard.
Yep.
There is a slight popping sensation to the air, and suddenly Shinalar is gone.
Well, I'm alone. Damn the magic.
Lindal.
I'm going to go inside, and I'm going to sit down. I'm going to lean against the wall. I'm going to start smoking, and damn everyone else. You guys can handle this on your own. I'm going to smoke.
I have a plan for getting you in there. It's just
you didn't tell me about it, so...
Lindal, there is a slight popping sensation to the air behind you, and when you glance over your shoulder, you see Shinalar on her knees in the middle of a bed of rat traps, who immediately begins cussing as the rat traps snap at her.
Fantastic.
If you could please take that much damage.
And for shits and giggles, she's cussing in Orin.
Roger that. Meanwhile, an invisible Eidolon has appeared in the shop above and has no idea what it's supposed to be doing.
Greetings. Watch him. I'm going to look for my stuff.
Honestly, with what's been going on, she's not even going to question it. She'll just nod. This
Okay.
day is just already off to a great start.
I'm going to start looking through boxes and stuff. We're going to find my things.
Oh, good. Sir, I assure you it's not in any of my stock. I just reorganized that shelf too. So this storeroom, there are two doors out of it, in addition to the stairway that that you and the gnome effectively came down. And there is a rack with a bunch of this looks like a bunch of like rainy weather clothing in gnomish sizes and boots all hanging on a set of posts.
After a moment, can she yell back something to him by any chance?
Go ahead.
Lindal, check the door above. Something strange about it.
Okay, I'm going to make my certain. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to check my reactivate detect magic to make finding my stuff easier,
Okay.
and look through all the clothes on there because magic items resize for whoever's wearing them. So a small person could have put it on me.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Yep. Other than a very small enchantment to keep rain from coming through one of these spooks, there's nothing else magical on the clothing rack.
Okay, I'm going to go up and check that door.
All right, there are 2 doors back here.
Okay, which door?
She doesn't know. She's just gonna yell that she doesn't know. The Eidolon was not exactly specific.
Okay, the one closer to the stairs then.
All right. The gnome follows you, but doesn't speak up, and he just keeps his distance a little bit. You open the door, and it appears to be it appears to be a bog, a stool, a wooden bench under which there is a pipe leading straight down to the sewer.
Well, my robe better not be in here or I'm going to be pissed. Okay, I'm going to go check the other door. Hope he wasn't going into the bathroom to make things.
You step in the other one, other door, and inside there's a really rough cot in one corner, a small table with some miscellaneous food on it, and a small, I guess you'd call it a shrine. It's a small prayer bench and a table with candles and little trinkets and decorations and a very small anvil.
Praise the morning.
Okay, I'm going to keep tossing the rest of this place. With detect
Strength
magic
check.
enabled.
Damn, I was gonna say strength check, but you cut me off.
Alrighty. Every single one of those boxes contains a magic ring, and after a little while, the gnome insists on, on, on letting him put things back in their boxes after you've gone through them, muttering, "How could you fit a cloak in one of the? It doesn't make."
Wait, a sewer runs under this place?
Yes, just back there.
Shalanar, can you cast discern location on my robe again?
I see what you're worried about. This is going to take her a little while.
We might have to go on another magical sewer adventure.
I've come prepared.
It's still here.
Could just be under the house in the sewer, like directly down there.
Can you send your Eidolon down to the sewer to see if it's down there?
Time to call it back.
Maker's call.
Yep.
Rosin, you hear a small popping sensation in the air around you, but you don't have any idea where it was. Probably cuss and go back to your pipe.
Yep, pretty much. I basically start declaring magic an entirely hopeless venture and think about trying to design some kind of fast-moving vehicle. With like gunpowder or
Chenelar,
something.
you don't see anything, but you are aware of the comforting weight of your idol on your shoulder. Yes, mistress?
She'll pause for a second. Lindal, I need to go open that other door. Watch him.
I'm watching him.
She'll head over to the door to the privy and give her Eidolon the instructions. Go down into that hole and search for a robe.
Are you sure it isn't kept somewhere else?
Afraid not. You must go.
It's not one of the ones on the hook?
No. Go.
Is there a rat in it for me?
She's just gonna wait now, expecting.
You feel the weight lift from your shoulder and a small buzzing sound disappears. Mistress, there's some things caught on a grate down here.
That might be them.
Oh, I hope my spellbook's not in there. It'll be ruined.
Yeah, that would suck the ass.
How...
Just chuck... did they chuck all your shit down the sewer? I mean, that gets rid of it, yeah, but like that stuff's
That's
worth a lot of
hilarious
money.
if they did.
That's like worth like I could just buy this town kind of money.
Yeah, but maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't. Were concerned that it would get caught on the black market and lead back to them.
Fair enough.
This is
She'll
the
need to-
blackest market.
How many items are down there?
Ballpark it.
There's some robe or cloak,
She says
and
book.
there's a scabbard down here. I think it's got a sword in it.
Weird.
And
Oh, my rapier.
There's a small bag about the size of a plump rabbit.
Does this thing only think with its stomach?
No, that's fine. That's my handy haversack. That's good. Actually, that's probably my old spell component pouch.
And it's
Hello?
I'm still here.
Oh, okay, you cut out there.
Yeah, I think I lost the end of that.
That's all I can see without going under this terrible water.
Okay.
Big sissy. Well, so when you report, actually, what's funny is Gor's gonna be the most willing to do so, but you've kind of cut Gorson off. So Gorson's gonna just grump smoke, and if you come and ask him, he's gonna throw smoke in your face.
Actually, she has one more question. How big is the grate it's stuck on? Will any of these items fall through if they're removed?
I could get through it. Probably get your arm through it.
Yeah, it's not really in danger of that stuff flowing through the hole. None
But
of it's...
No, that means my ring's not with it.
the sewer itself is about, I don't know, 4 feet wide.
All right, so I guess this is what we can do. First, she'll come back to Lindal. Lindal, your things are definitely below us.
Please tell me my necklace of adaptations down there so I can only have to breathe for a couple seconds while I'm grabbing my stuff.
I don't know what is, but there are definitely a few of your things. I might have a small solution. Mentally, she'll report to her Eidolon and tell it to grab something, and they should be able to Maker's Call individual pieces back.
Yeah, it can grab its. It can take its worn equipment with it, can it?
It
It would
it's
have to
just
be able to.
dimension
As a bow
door,
and stuff.
so if it's touching something, it should be able to take something back.
Pardon me. It will be able to carry weight as per your caster level. Does Dimension Door touched objects? Normally it's expressed in pounds capacity.
I think Dimension Door lets you carry up to your max load.
Okay. At your Eidolon's size, what is its max load?
That's a good question.
What's its strength score?
Yeah, it's sitting at 5 with these edits. So, yeah, not
That's
good.
fine. How small would I have to be in order to be able to squeeze down the toilet to go down there?
You would have to be. Let's see here. It's small, tiny, fine, diminutive.
Yeah.
Yeah, tiny would be
So
sufficient.
small, tiny, diminutive, fine.
Yeah, tiny would be sufficient. Yeah, the pipe downwards from the privy seat is about 2 feet wide.
I'm just personally like, this is interesting and all, but I am so psyched for when he gets his stuff back, and then what do we do with the gnome? Ah, I am psyched as hell for whatever your solution is to that, because you can't just kill him. You've got a witness now. 3 actually.
Anyways, yes, you fly down the privy pipe successfully. It's only about 5 feet down to the surface of the sewer water.
I'm gonna have to root around in the sewer water. Well,
You
I'll
can
start
definitely
grabbing
see your
things.
cloak here, and you touching your cloak, you feel like there are things entrained in it. Maybe some of your stuff, like it was tossed in as a bundle.
Okay, yeah, I want to grab all the stuff I can without it falling through. So I guess I'll just grab the robe.
Okay.
Just wrap everything, like try to wrap it. Sorry, try to wrap it around anything that's in it.
Yep.
Including sewer water, so that's fun. Thank God I have prestidigitation prepared.
Okay, you bundle up most of what you can feel, and you notice that your material component pouch is also caught against the grill here,
Grab that too.
and your dueling rapier.
Anything else I can notice around here?
You can presume that if they toss anything else, it's probably down that direction.
Are you
Well, we can
Are you
cast a
going
certain
to-
location on anything else that we haven't
Are you
found.
going to dig around under the surface of water?
Yes, I will dig around under the surface of the water.
You
I wish I had
find
that tattoo of cleanliness that Aaliyah had.
you find some of the clothing that you were wearing at the time.
Oh, I hope it's not ruined too bad.
And that seems to be all that's caught up here.
Okay, I'll fly back out and we'll see what I got here.
She'll give permission for her Eidolon to leave once Lindell's gone.
Okay. Lindell, after spreading things out to much complaint from the gnome over the floor and
I'll clean it up when I'm done.
and cleaning things up enough to recognize them, you have successfully recovered.
Is there anything in the room? That's where I was keeping my spell book.
Let's see here. It looks like they dumped it out before tossing it in.
Biscuits. That's just lovely.
Oh, hold on a second. I did miss something. There we go. Your cloak should also have been tossed into the sewer with the rest of that.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, that's all the clothing-like stuff.
Well, good. I'm slightly less screwed than I used to be.
Yay! Now, what about the gnome?
Did you find your things?
You tell me.
Some of them. I start cleaning everything off with prestidigitation. I'll clean his floors too.
It's appreciated. But next time, instead of some subterfuge, you could have just come in and said that you were looking for things you have reason to believe are in my sewers. You could have just come through the sewers yourself.
Well, if I'd known they were in the sewers, we were looking for black market dealers they would have sold my stuff to. They stole all of my things.
Schindler will interject at this moment. Look,
Yes.
we apologize for our inconvenience. We've been under quite a bit of stress lately.
Very well.
And yeah, she'll
I
try to
was
play safe as
tortured
best
today.
she can.
I was murdered the other day.
You shouldn't have done that. It tends to be painful. No.
Lol.
Anything else you need to ransack my place of business for?
Not as far as I can tell. We'll be on our way.
You weren't looking to get anything?
Actually, if you had that ring that glowed in the presence of evil dwarves, I was totally up for it.
Oh, right, yes. Forgot to grab that. I got distracted by this flying bat that showed up out of the flying rat that showed up out of nowhere. Tried to take my hand off.
How much would that cost me?
Let's see here. He starts rooting around in boxes and glares over his shoulder every time he does. Nope. Must have it in the other room. Just a second. He steps into that room with the that had the cot and the prayer shrine, and he slams the door behind him. Door opens. Here it is. All right. Let's see here. One ring glows in the presence of evil dwarves. It's a bit of a rarity, I'll tell you that. I know a good many dwarves myself. Usually a pretty forthright folk.
I don't even know how much money I have.
So let's see here. There we go. Right, that'll be 20 platinum pieces.
200 gold.
Yes.
I can actually afford that. I will totally buy it. I will put it on a string and wear it around my neck.
You just got 150 worth of gold of jewels. You can use that plus your leftovers, and bam.
I need that 150. I need duplicate stuff in case I die. So
I don't know.
Now, there's people who plan for death, but then there's people who plan for death.
Yeah, no, I actually have 1,604 gold. I can give him 200.
All right. I do need to point out, good sir, it's a proper ring. You need to be wearing it for it to work.
That's fine. I don't have any other rings right now. I can throw it to somebody else when I don't. I can throw it to somebody else when I do get my rings back.
After he's paid, Shinolair will pull out another 50% of that and add it to the pot for damages and issues caused.
Oh, it's appreciated, miss. Don't get many polite folk around here. Usually people just come in. I want to smite my enemies. And here's a ring that smites one particular person, but only once. Jackass.
Hey, you got a ring that'll smite a guy? A specific guy? We know his name.
Yeah, dude. Do you have a ring of Smite Havelock Heart? That would be useful for me.
Abe Lockhart. You got some problems with the aristocracy in town?
Say that.
Bastard murdered me.
There you go.
He raises an eyebrow and looks you up and down.
He tortured me
got
for
better.
hours and then murdered me.
And I got better. Actually, no, I didn't. I'm a clone. The soul's the same, though. Don't worry.
And then he stole my stuff and apparently threw it down the sewer.
Actually, a funny thing, you could tell you're a clone because you don't have a belly button. It's just one of those weird things.
The clone is identical to the old one. I even have my tattoo still.
Wow, okay, that's just creepy.
Anything that happens to your body happens to the clone too.
Okay, that's really creepy. So if you got your arm chopped off, the clone's arm just goes bloop.
The clone's arm falls off too, yeah.
That's hilarious. Magic is weird.
It works the same as Brain Dead, it's just an arcane version of it.
The gnome keeps his eyes on Lindal, but turns his head towards Shenalar. Don't suppose you need a ring of insanity bane, do you?
I'm beginning to wonder.
Well, I'm sure to have customers soon. So if that's all your business, folks, I kind of need to get things ready to open the shop.
Okay, so we will leave then. Let's walk up to the top, and I will dimensional steps us out of here.
Gorzin is smoking and looks grumpily at you and says simply, "Do you at least pay the guy for ruining everything?"
Yes, I bought the snazzy ring.
Yeah, those close.
I recompense him.
Now we will know.
That's better.
Now, at the very least, we have a proximity detector. We'll know if he's around. What's the radius on this ring, good sir?
Radius? About half a finger?
Hardy har.
How far away does that thing start glowing when he gets close to evil doors?
Oh, the detection range. Let's see here. Should be about 50 foot.
So good. It's very specific, so we'll know when evil dwarves are within 50 feet of me. That's something.
Yep. You notice the ring does not glow anywhere near Gorism, so he's not evil apparently.
So it
Quick,
does not
someone
detect
cast
salsa.
undetectable alignment on Gorizon.
Yeah, it wouldn't glow if he cast undetectable alignment on himself.
Yeah, I'm sure he can secretly cast that. Yeah, he's totally like a high-level wizard secretly. It's all magic. The gun, magic.
You'd only need to cross-class for 3 levels to be able to cast it.
He totally did that. He carries around a secret book all the time.
It was
You know
totally the most efficient way to get an extra +1 to his BAB.
Sort of off topic, but I sort of want a cross-class rogue mage so I can do sneak attack with excruciating deformation.
Oh god. I hit him with a spell, and it hurt so bad, his liver popped out.
It was
Also
awesome.
hilarious is that both those spells can crit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I guess I'm here. Let's pick another one of my objects she would have touched and cast Discern Location on it.
Question.
And then we'll go through that place to the sewers.
What? Sorry, I didn't hear that part. What?
Then we'll go to that place through the sewers.
Oh, we're going to a new place now? Through the sewers, like it's not.
I need to think of another item of mine she might have touched while she was around.
Your hand, so by recompense, your rings.
Yeah, she would have probably touched my bonded ring at one time.
That's important.
Maybe my boots or my belt.
Anything
guys-
on your head, like a hood or
You
something?
guys have held hands to teleport at least once.
Alright, so definitely a
When
ring.
the,
Yeah, I don't think she's cleaned your boots for you or anything. So
Lol.
Maybe you should, and then you'd be able to discern their location.
Maybe you should just let her touch everything you own so this shit doesn't happen again, smart guy.
Yeah, but then she can track me.
She can already do that. Like, you're wearing your robe, she can do that.
Yeah, I really need to get non-detection. Anyway.
Then you want to get any of your stuff back, would you? You have to trust your companions, or you're just gonna have to just deal with losing your shit forever.
Yes, can you cast your final discern location on my bonded ring, please?
What's so that it leads to a lake bed?
are we going to go somewhere where she's not standing in the street casting for 10 minutes?
Yes.
Let's go somewhere.
Alright, I think Tottenham Curve is going to have a bunch of places in the way of inns or alleyways.
there is there is a place that looks like it looks like a small. It looks like what a delicate tavern would be. Like there's very nicely set tables you can see just in through the window, and there's a display case of pastries inside.
Okay, well, let's go in, get something to eat. You can cast while we're eating.
Good enough. Good enough.
It's Bombard Street.
There appears to be there appears to be a kobold behind the counter in here.
I immediately glare at him.
He perks right up as soon as someone comes in. Oh, welcome to the Dainty Cabbage. Please, have seats, have seats.
I say greetings in Draconic.
Oh, someone from the old country, replies in Draconic.
I immediately say Draconic. Just because he speaks your language doesn't mean jack diddly squat.
Oh, you're from the old country too. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Good to meet people from the old country. Please,
What
please,
the
have a
hell
seat,
is the
have a
old
seat.
country?
Any old country.
My brain.
Please, please
I
have
take
a seat.
seat.
Can I bring you tea, milk, sweets,
You got coffee?
coffee, plenty of coffee, fresh coffee, just
You
brewed this
serious?
minute. Yes,
Strange.
yes.
All right, bring it in.
Well, it's certainly strange to see a kobold businessman in a human city outside of Alastria. What brought you here?
Me? Oh, nothing. Just business. Good
That's
business. Good business. Milk your tea? Honey? Sugar?
honey, please.
Honey. Good. And you,
I'm
miss?
having
You in the
coffee. I'll be
robes?
taking. If you have any milk for that coffee, 2 spoonfuls.
Are they still in Draconic? Because she actually doesn't understand this.
He is still speaking in Draconic, yes.
Oh,
Yeah, we didn't know you didn't speak Draconic. I imagine Fulton looks confused, but we don't care.
Sultan languages. There we go. Common, Celestial, Half-Orc, Abyssal. Yes, no. The kobold has gotten into speaking Draconic, and he's not leaving it.
Yeah, any wizard who doesn't speak Draconic is pretty stupid. Draconic's the language of spellcasting.
I speak it because one of the many enemies I have to deal with speak Draconic.
And she didn't really have any chance to learn it where she was.
Yes.
Draconic's the language arcane spells are cast in, so you're stupid if you're a wizard and you don't learn it.
Just not a wizard.
So you guys get seated down, and the kobold rushes rapidly around, moving very, very quickly, and brings to the table a couple waters for the two people who just keep looking at him confused, and he doesn't understand why, so he figures they don't want anything. So he brings them water, brings out a tea and some fresh honey for Lindal, and brings a little tiny cup. It's about the size of a thimble for Gorazin.
Strange. I sniff it. Is it like really heady strong?
It smells like what coffee would smell like if you tried to pack a whole bag of, like a whole 5-kilo bag of it all into one thimble.
I chuckle. This will keep me up for the next week or so, but it's not bad stuff. I looked at the kobold. Do you not just have proper mugs for this stuff, or do you just want a shot of something to wake you up in the morning when you make it?
Oh, this is how everyone around here takes coffee.
Well, that would oh, right, wizards. I forgot. Oh.
Please, all the drinks complimentary, so long as you have at least one muffin.
You sell muffins? Hell, I'm in on that. What kind of muffins you got? And if you say all kinds, I'm just going to go with
Well, the muffins
blueberry.
are 5,000 gold.
Well, if you got a muffin, I'll take like 3 blueberry if you got them.
I'll take an English muffin.
That's a biscuit, Punch.
They don't have English
Blueberry?
muffins.
No.
Blueberry.
No. Haste, speed, very good senses, very good. I have.
Yeah, he's selling me
weapons
drugs.
that...
What's going on here?
What? No, not drugged.
The
Made very
speed,
best.
senses, what?
I want a muffin of true seeing.
True seeing, very pricey, but I can make it.
Oh, you
No,
make
that
magic
would be
muffins.
too rich for me.
You make magic muffins.
Yes.
That is a very specific skill. Okay. Magic muffins. You got a muffin of silence?
Oh, muffin says. One moment. Rushes into the back.
Yes, a muffin of fucking silence. There's a kobold baker who sells magic muffins. This town is weird.
He comes back out and he's carrying a small yellowish battered muffin with poppy seeds on top.
Doesn't
There you
look
go.
half bad. Thank you
Muffin of
kindly.
silence, necessary for all good practicing monks.
How long does it last?
5-10 minutes.
Alright, how much?
Oh, just 5 gold pieces.
There you are. I give him 10. Good service. Just kind of surprised. You're quick, efficient, and the complimentary drinks are very nice. What's your name, and what was this name of this place again?
Oh, the dainty cabbage.
Dainty Cabbage. He like scribbles that down. Your name?
My name?
Aye.
The dainty cabbage.
Oh, you named it after yourself. Alright. Fair enough. Yeah, well, I'll be telling just about everyone I meet that, because I'll be frank with you, this is better service than I get from the inns. My friend here just needs a bit of space to do some finicking. We're just looking for some stuff a friend lost, if you don't mind.
Could I
not a
get
problem.
I would like one delicious muffin of penumbra. I haven't had one in years.
Penumbra.
Wasn't aware you ever had one. That's
It-
the one people use for when they got light sensitivity, I think.
Yeah,
People
it's,
talk.
it's a level 0 spell. It dulls bright lights.
Well, Gorzen might actually know about that one because he deals with shit that uses that. They might not use it in
Levels.
muffin form, though.
Level 0.
Yeah, it'd probably take like no
I-
effort to do it.
I only see protective penumbra, level 2.
Yeah, that's Penumbra. Check Sorcerer list.
Sorcerer Wizard 0 penumbra. It's under evocation.
Normal Penumbra is the
rare
one.
cantrips, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's not part of the normal search list.
But being he's a kobold has light sensitivity, I presume he has it. Because that's just sort of something you'd put on every day. It's like, oh, it's bright out. Boop.
Oh, yes. Yes. A penumbra muffin. You want?
Yes, please.
One moment. Rushes into the back.
Can I like hire him to like come with us? Because I don't know. Yeah, that's a useful trick.
Comes rushing back out. Here you go. And he has a it looks like a chocolate muffin it looks like a chocolate bran muffin, actually.
I'm gonna scarf that down right now.
Just
It has
tastes like a
absolutely
chocolate
no
brand.
effect on me.
Well, it affects you. It doesn't do anything. Does it have a taste?
Nummy.
The penumbra muffin?
Yeah. Well, what would it taste like? Does it taste like as you described, or would it have a
It
different
tastes like
taste?
darkness.
Or does it taste like shadows?
And the light levels the light levels immediately around Lindahl drop mildly.
I'd be awful impressed about these pastries you make, Cabbage me lad. What brought you to this city precisely? I mean, you obviously wanted to sell your very unique goods, but not many kobolds I'd be aware of know how to cook this well. Much less use magic to the degree they can put it in cooking. If you'll excuse a dwarf for asking.
Oh, no problem with dwarves. I come to sell my muffins.
Where'd you learn to make the muffins? Again, if you don't mind sharing.
Oh, my mother taught me.
You're an awful skilled mother. It's magic, obviously, eh? This ain't a combination of alchemy or nothing, right?
What'd she teach your other 60? What'd she teach her other 60 children?
Gosh, you. Probably the same thing. Repeat until necessary.
Kobolds have queens. That's how they meet.
Don't have to have queens.
According to the Kobolds of Galarian splat book, they do.
It must be awkward playing a female PC then, Kobold.
There are very few non-queen females.
Behold the awkward. Thy name is Kobold.
it's like Smurfs. They breed in spores, with Smurfette being the only one that breeds.
Yes, we are aware. Well, if there's any like one-use muffins, like I was going to use this on our captive, so it doesn't make noise. To be honest, I guess it's actually really good. This stuff. Harlot's embrace, Deadman's bend. Harlot. Okay, great. We're going to a fucking. At least we know where Deadman's Bend is too.
It's in the sewers.
Of course, it's in the fucking sewers.
It'd be nice. Just so you know, it would be nice if we could go 2 sessions without having to have a sewer level.
No, this entire adventure is nothing but sewer levels.
Everybody knows that the sewer level is the worst level.
And we are aware, but screw you.
I should point out before we break session that that part of the city doesn't have sewers.
No.
Oh, that makes things easier. That means they have my shit. Let's go break it.
Great, we're gonna go bust down a brothel. Awesome.
Good.
No, in that part of the city, people just pour their chamber pots out over the street.
Yeah, okay, I'm getting a hat. Yeah, Kobold, can I have a muffin that like conjures me a hat?
That's fine. I'll just buy some whore's company and ask her the location.
Okay.
Muffin hat?
Or something
Muffin.
that'll prevent people from tossing things onto my head that are made of ick. Or going to a dirty part of town where they don't have sewers.
Well, why don't we go back to that gnome? Why don't we go back to the gnome's place? He had a coat that keeps water off of you.
Yeah, well, if he's got a temporary muffin, they'll just. I mean, they're not going to stay there that long. Temporary muffin's a bit more smart.
The kobold looks very confused, then reaches out, takes one of the 2 muffins it gave you, and places it on top of your hat, on top of your head.
I promptly laugh.
Keep the hat of a muffin on top of your hat?
No. Do you have a muffin that prevents water from falling on you, like touching you or interacting?
No.
So you stay dry.
No. No one asks me for that.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
He is the Muffin Man. It's like asking, do you know yourself?
That's what I was asking.
Okay, do you know yourself?
I don't know any humans who sell muffins.
There we go then.
I sell muffins. What kind are you looking for?
I think we've had enough muffins.
I haven't. I'm thinking about investing in
Let's
this shop. Actually, no, I have had enough muffins
Let's
in
get the
character.
flesh worm out of here.
Okay, fine.
Oh. Okay, that
Oh,
does not count as a euphemism.
I am taking notes on these places, by the way, so I might actually want to invest in this shop. This is the kind of thing, if you put an investment into, you can get some really useful stuff out of it.
Mm-hmm.
When I want to make quick money, I just make a wall of iron.
Around here, it's mostly just self-made entrepreneurs, especially the golem shop.
Oh yeah, but if you invest in it, they're not going to accept it.
I should go turn one of his golems into a human.
Speaking of, I might as well invest a little bit right now, and basically I'm going to say to the kobold, lad, this venture of yours interests me greatly. Would you be thinking of a small investment on my part? I don't know about ye, but these muffins, adventurers pay vast sums of money for like potions and the like. A muffin is effectively the same thing, almost.
I will give you 500 gold right now for a 20% stake in your company.
Effectively, that's kind of what I'm saying. Yeah, but he wouldn't understand that, so I'm using small words. What I'm saying is I'm willing to pay to help expand on this little thing you got here, give you some extra money to, make your shop a bit more noticeable, that kind of thing. Eventually move up to a different district, grow as a business. As long as I get, possibly part of the profits, but more importantly, access to some muffins when I need them.
Oh! He runs off.
I know, right?
Comes back from the back. He's holding a muffin that the base of it is the same size as the other ones you've had, but the dome top of it is much larger than normal, and it's marbled through with all colors. Growth muffin.
Growth muffin. Oh, I see. He got confused at the end there. Damn it. This may be more difficult than I thought. Lad,
I don't think he understands the concept.
Neither do I. Lad, you own this shop, right?
No, it's in my mother's name.
Okay. Is your mother here or around somewhere I could talk to her?
She is here. It's in my mother's name.
She's a skull in the back.
Where is your physical mother? The cold mother, your mother. I want to speak to your mother.
She's here.
Where here?
Behind you.
Look behind me. Is she in the door behind you? Is she dead? Come on, lad.
No. There's here. He just opens his arms and points at the shop around him.
Your mother is the shop.
She's not from the old country.
She must have had polymorphin permanency.
So, did your mother get turned into a house, or was she always a house?
He just stares confused.
This is the weirdest character I've seen in a game since I had a prostitute in my game named Mother Shibubu.
I'm just befuddled beyond reason. Are you an outsider?
No, I'm inside. Out of the rain.
God damn it.
Let's just get out of here before I start killing people.
Don't threaten the poor guy with violence. Alright, we'll be going. I'm still going to keep track of this shop, though, because now I'm keeping track of it for different reasons. Alright, have a wonderful day, good kobold. Try not to make any bad muffins or anything.
Yeah, the shop's a transformer. It turns into its robot form and walks off.
And I
It's
have no
obviously a Decepticon.
Shinola has no idea what the fuck's going on.
You are back outside on Tottenham Curve.
Let's get to Deadman's Bend then. Shall we
Let's
walk
go
or
to the Harlot's
teleport?
Embrace.
Yeah, walk or teleport?
We can walk. Oh, I never dispelled my smallness.
I glossed over that. I don't think the kobold would have noticed, though.
The rest of us probably would have.
So,
I
Lindell,
may
how
have
long
actually-
have you been 2 feet tall?
I think
I don't
may
remember
have
looking
actually-
down.
Yeah, I forgot to prepare greater dispel. It's gonna have to wait till I find my ring.
This trip is actually a full mile. Anyways, we shall pick up at your destination next session.
I don't know
Sounds
what
fun.
madness you pulled this kobold from, but now I need to find out.
He's like Deacon, only he sells muffins.
Deacon makes sense.
At least he's not like Bomar the bread maker.
Omar make bread.
He could also be like Pun Pun, that'd be worse.
Well, Pun Pun is ruler of the universe. We can't really argue with Pun Pun.
He's got infinite stats.
Infinite everything. He's Pun Pun, and you can't really argue with Pun Pun.
I can't believe how badly you can twist the game to do that. That's hilarious.
If someone really wanted to, they could probably do it in Pathfinder.
Oh yeah,
Not
Pathfinder
Pun
built
Pun,
on
but something different.
Pathfinder is built on the same broken basis. So yeah.
Probably do it in like quite a lot of games now that I just think about it.
That's why you have a DM.
Yes, that is why you have a DM. DM
No
would be like,
DM
no,
would let
Pun
you
Pun,
make
no.
The second you started doing this shit, your DM would lock you down.
Rocks fall. Pun Pun is squished. The dragons were angry at him. Alright, see you guys.
Yeah,
See you guys
Night, guys.
next week.